Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is Crafting Enthusiast, and this is another creator who came into the Superchat family just a few months ago with over-the-top generosity as a loyal and dedicated supporter, not just here, but out supporting others. Crafting Enthusiast is somebody who posts fairly lengthy videos, and they've got quite a bit of different creativity going on the channel. As you can see, some gardening here. I've seen many diamond painting videos from them. It looks like they've got some, I was going to say yarn going on there, but they've definitely got some kind of yarn going on here. So you see some of the different kinds of creativity that they have, but when you have a look at their About section, Autumn, the creator behind the channel, will let you know that she's got lots of different crafts, including knitting, crochet, cross stitch, spinning yarn, which I think this is the first time we've seen in the Superchat family, as well as the diamond painting I talked about, weaving, and they've got a hobby farm as well, and I guess this is where the gardening is coming in. So they've got another video here, and I'm just going to put this into a special playlist I use. I call it my catch-up list. It's just a fun name for a playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. Shorts on this channel have gotten into over 1,000 views, over 1,100 on one of these. Whenever you see the videos out of order after you've clicked the popular tab, and what I'm talking about is the views, it's because one of them is still moving, and probably rapidly. So this will be the leader pretty soon, which is great. I'm always happy to see different creators hitting different milestones, even with videos and shorts with views. Everybody here knows it feels great. You get a video, it gets 10 views. The next video you do that gets 20 views is very exciting. Then eventually you start getting into 100 views, 200, eventually 1,000 and beyond. And I promise you, it's great feelings all the way along. Crafting Enthusiast does a lot of live streaming as well. As you can see, I haven't caught them for about a month now. I've got notification bells on for every single channel though, of course, but they seem to be streaming at least once a week. And they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And they're working on 1,300 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. We've got a few legends in the chat today, my dear goodness. First of all, Leonica, thank you for these super chats. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. She's dropped a couple today, so we're going to make that the next channel that we look at. Let me get it on the screen right now. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. We'll get around to spinning the wheel shortly. I see PK Adventure Travels has come in. I've got to put them on the wheel. I wanted to see your live stream with the talk about mosquitoes, how to keep the bugs away and everything like that. And I ran it in my playlist, but I haven't watched it yet, so I still have to go back and watch that. But I literally looked at it today while I was looking at the playlist running. Butler Family Farm. Pardon me. I think I literally just said to you a week or two ago that I was not expecting to crash into you for a while, but I think I rearranged the days of the streams a while back, so we're crashing into Butler Family Farm again today. They're going to be live in about half an hour, just over, and they'll be on for a good hour. They always are. And then that probably won't happen for another 3 weeks. I think we can keep the once every 3 day schedule going on here, but we mix up the days and times always. We always have. I've got quite a few names on the wheel and more to be added right now. Home by Design with Marilyn is here. Mama Juju Crafting on the back. 40 is being added. Butler Family Farms on there, of course. Our beloved and dedicated moderator, Scratcher Pete PA, is in the pole position. I just finally watched his video today, right before the stream, with the lucky 7X ticket, which is the first time we've seen that. Beauty and Beast Journey is a channel that's been with us from the very beginning. It's good to see you in the house. Hard to believe it's been 5 years already, but it's great to see you in here today, and they've been a long time dear friend. Yoli Motivates, good to see you in the house as well. Michael's Adventures, Just Jason Keto, and Canadian Family Life are all up there with Scratch and PPA, our beloved and dedicated moderators. There are several more. They come in when they can, of course. Yes, Michelle Crochets is here. Rich Cat Ranch is in the house. We got a lot of people to add to the wheel, and it's an overwhelming beginning, actually. I didn't know what to expect for today. I know it's Memorial Day for our American friends. I'm in Canada, and we had our holiday last week. GA Girl, Every Woman Wellness. Oh, what did she change her name to? We're going to find out in a second here. Let me copy and paste it. She has been a dear friend for years as well. There you go. GA Girl, Every Woman Wellness, and more. She's changed her name a couple of times over the years. But she's been another over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. We'll look at her channel next because she just dropped a super chat as well. Same reason we've got Leonica up there. And it's taken me a second to catch up with our chat list for today. I don't mean to miss anybody. I know we got at least one brand new channel in the house, and for anybody that is brand new, hopefully you're feeling welcome. Bell's Whisper Farmstead's here. Coker Culture is in the house. Timmy the Racing Channel was probably first in the door. I'm unsure. Tales Told in the Dark is Cassie from Oracles and Beyond. Fairbrick Studios been with us a couple years now. Itchin' to Scratch UK. It's good to see you here. And Life with Tanisha RN is already on the wheel with Handicapped Travelers, as well as Peaceful Des, Tim Mitchell, Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official, and Crafty Witch 232 was early, as usual. Rainy Ridge, good to see you here. And forgive me for all I'm missing in the chat. My dear friend, I am Betty J. Gathers, is in the house, and she is also a beloved and dedicated moderator and member, one of our longest standing members. I've got her on the wheel now, and again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. There's probably a couple people here in the beginning that might have already faded off into the background for a moment. Caldi, if I'm pronouncing that right, please let me know if I'm not. I always want to pronounce everybody's name properly, but it's good to have you here. I think they're brand new today, and I could be mistaken. And Travel with Josie Ann. Actually, I was going to say that was a brand new channel, but I'm certain we've seen them once before. Again, forgive me if I'm mistaken. Anfield Road Layout in the Loft is here. And then New Horizons Above and Beyond is with us every day. Yes, Michelle Crochets, I haven't got on the wheel yet. I'll do that right this second. Takes me a second to get through these introductions. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And yes, Michelle Crochets, thank you for that super chat. I'll put your channel up right after GA Girl, Every Woman Wellness and more. She was just saying she's monetized, but it's not easy. It's easier than it's ever been. I don't want to say it's easy, but we see channels getting monetized a lot faster than when I started 8 years ago. And we've come a long way over the last 5 years, of course. Yeah, Coker Culture, we are going to do the after party today, but thank you for asking. That's our copyright-free music channel. We'll do a 1 hour stream, so everybody has an extra hour to connect after Tuber Chat. That'll be 3 hours from now. And Michael's Adventures is going to drop a premiere right afterwards to give us another, probably half hour after that second live stream as well. And then, I am Betty J. Gather says it was a grind for sure. All of our moderators are well over 1,000 subscribers, some over 2 and some over 3,000 now, which is great to see. But they, in my opinion, for the most part, cherry-pick their connections as well. None of them, they can be looked at as an example, a very good example of how to build a strong and solid foundation for your channel, because we've all been together for years. Every moderator on this channel has been a friend literally for at least a couple of years. Most of them 3, 4, and a couple even before we started this channel. But they all are very focused on connecting with the right creators, people who they figure are going to be loyal and dedicated as supporters before they connect. And it takes patience, it takes discipline to do that. You know, to be in a chat, you have a bunch of people saying hi, you know, everybody wants to connect, but being able to determine who's looking for subscriber numbers or who's looking for friends that are going to be there for your channel over the long term. There's nothing wrong with going after either, but you just have to be clear in your own mind, in my opinion, about which you're going for, let's just say. AceFlaw1, good to see you in the house. Okay, I'm going to try to cut the story time today because I know we went way overboard last time. Hobbytown Chili and Koi, good to see you in the house. But if anybody does need me to elaborate on any of the things that we usually talk about here or something that's come up, then by all means give me a nudge, and 3 thumbs up or @mentioned Superchat Connect and Grow should help me see it. We're always happy to get into any kind of YouTube talk at all, but sometimes I have run-on sentences that could be going on far too long. Most of you have seen that already. Leonica is up on the screen right now, and this is a creator that brings a lot of variety, but she literally brings us right into her life. I catch her live streaming pretty often, as a matter of fact. At least once a week I catch her, and she could be out, she could be shopping, she could be bringing us into her home. When we look at her about section, she's going to give us a bunch of information, but a lot of inspiration and entertainment is her focus. Fun, of course. I'm just going to grab her latest video. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list so I can try to stay caught up with her. She's got shorts on this channel as well that have gotten now into 1,900 on one. I think that one's still getting views, and it's funny to look at this right now because I may not have noticed it before, but I'm literally about to get a water bottle like that. When I drink water, I use this thing that Just Jason Keto, I can't remember if he's the one that turned me on to them. It's one or the other, but I usually use a 1.5 liter bottle. It's kind of monstrous, right? But they have these bottles that have measurements on them. Some of them are in time, some of them are in liters or ounces and things like that. Those are really, really cool. Because if you do have to mix something, I use an electrolyte powder. Those need to be diluted heavily, but you know that it warps the taste if you put too much water or not enough and things like that. So it's interesting to see that, because I'm thinking about getting one right now. I just put it in my shopping cart, I think yesterday. Leonica is doing a lot of live streaming as well, like I was saying, pretty much daily. Very close to it. You can see I catch her often enough. Like I said, just about once a week, sometimes more often, sometimes probably a little bit less. But she's been with us a long time now. I've lost track of how long Leonica's been with us. It's got to be over a year. Probably much more than that. I could be mistaken, of course. 2,300 subscribers is what she's working on, and she's monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. She dropped 2 of those for us today, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. She's done it countless times before. So has GA Girl, Every Woman Wellness, and more. She's been with us for many years, probably 4 years, and maybe even longer than that. So forgive me for not being certain about that either. I hope everybody takes that as an inspiration to know that we literally start to lose track of how long we've been friends with people. That just tells you we can see into the future and know that there are people here, this goes for everybody, willing to support you in your YouTube journey years into the future. If we could all just meet each other, right? That's the idea. Crystal Dragon, Rita, House of Creations, good to see you in the house. They're a member. I'm going to put them on the wheel right now, along with Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage, and Creative, right? Yes, Vintage and Creative. The Crafty Visage, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Yali Motivates is on the wheel. I'm hoping I'm not missing anybody. We're moving fast again. So again, if I didn't actually say it, happy Memorial Day to all of our American friends. We have a different holiday the week before in Canada. We call it Victoria Day, but there are celebrations and elaborate fireworks displays and things like that. I don't remember being in the United States for a Memorial Day celebration of any kind, but I've likely been there for the day and just been working or something like that many years ago. And when we look at the chat, I see the North Beard Co. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I feel like I've seen that channel before. Forgive me if I'm wrong, and I hope you're feeling welcome if I am mistaken. Rebecca LaPrince, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And we're looking at GA Girl, Every Woman Wellness, and more. This creator is going to bring us a lot of different things, as you can see from the banner. Lifestyle vlogger, motivator, inspiration, health awareness, meal prep, life challenges, positive talk, which I can attest to. They've been a friend for years. I've caught them a million times, and they're always happy, inspiring, motivating, and truly a dynamic creator, and of course entertaining. When we look at the channel, we see she's actually working on 3,600 subscribers, which is great to see. And we'll look at the videos here. I can see I'm behind with videos for about a month. I'm going to grab the latest one. Perfect to connect with at just over 3 minutes. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep talking about to keep or get caught up with creators. Playlist can be a great tool for that. And then shorts on this channel feature more pure variety, as you can see, but a lot of inspiration. A couple of these have done well. 11,000, 18,000, 39,000 on one of these, and then live streams, and she's got one coming up actually tonight, so she's going to be live in about 40 minutes from now. We're going to be on for a long time tonight. Like, we're always here for 3 hours, so I don't know if she'll still be on after we're finished, but we've got literally hours of content for today, let's just say. But hopefully we'll catch you for the next one. Of course, I set notifications for everything I see, whether it's premieres or live streams, even though we have the notification bell on for the channel, regardless of whether we think we can make it or not at that time, because that's just in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, making sure we catch as much content as possible, and make sure that we're sending every signal of engagement into the algorithm that we possibly can, if that makes sense. Living Large with L Crew, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And thank you again, GA Girl, Every Woman Wellness, and more. Like I said, she's been a friend for years, and thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. She's done that many times before. So has Leonica, and so has Yes Michelle Crochets. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, but I will get back to spinning the wheel like we always do very soon. And after a little while, I will start adding names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. That continues for the full 3 hours. Bell's Whisper Farmstead Kristen is doing the same thing, and she's done that countless times before as well. So thank you for another super chat. I certainly do appreciate the extra generous support here, and we'll look at that channel next. And you'll notice that her link was dropped as well. I can't guarantee ever that those robots are going to work, because we have seen very rarely, but we have seen them like take the day off. But for the most part, they drop a link every time that kind of thing happens. Corner Clubhouse Cobalt, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. They've been a friend for a few years now as well. And actually, I just caught them, I think, yesterday too, if I'm not mistaken. Right? They were live. Yes, Michelle Crochets is up on the screen right now. This creator's doing a lot more motivation than Crochet, as far as I've seen on their channel. They got a lot of guests too. They've got a lot of live streaming. When we look at what they're doing in their videos, they're posting very frequently. and they're going to let us know on their About section. They're not doing tutorials here, but they will bring us creativity, some tips and tricks, and then a lot of creativity when it comes to the idea of the crochet that they're focused on. When we look at shorts on this channel, we see more variety, but these are starting to move into 300 views and beyond, which is great to see. And then they've got live streams as well, where this creator, like I said, has a lot of guests and a lot of motivation. I've caught them many times for live streams, as you can see. And they seem to be doing these fairly frequently as well, more than a couple times a week. For the most part, they've got a couple of different series here by the look of it. I got to get rid of an extension here. I've got a play all button extension that I've got to remove. I'm finding it distracting. And pardon me for a second while I do that. There it is. That's just a trick to be able to automatically play let's say 100 videos from a channel. It's what some of those are supposed to do if they work. There's lots of them out there. You have to be careful what you're clicking, of course, but when they work, what they can do is basically put every video, short, and live stream on the channel into a playlist, and then you can run the whole thing. The problem is that, in my opinion, or at least in my experience, it stops after 100. So nice for channels that have over 100 video, shorts, and streams already, but it can be a real pain, let's just say, even if the auto plays on, it doesn't finish going. That's why I continue to just promote the idea of swapping playlists traditionally. Just pick a playlist that you want people to run. We usually recommend you make a playlist of every video on your channel, maybe one of all the live streams on your channel, maybe a playlist with both. But in almost every case, shorts don't count for watch hours, so we don't focus on that. Thank you, Johnny Small Pepper, for coming in. And yes, happy Memorial Day, certainly, for all those who have served. Our American friends, I'm in Canada, of course, but I've always thought of Canada as the United States' little sister. You know what I mean? And we, go everywhere the United States goes, but they are a much larger force of power. So I'm speaking for more than just myself that when I say I really appreciate everything that the States does for us. So, yes, Michelle Crochets, thank you again for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. She's done that countless times before. So has Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen. We're going to look at her channel right now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. I know I'm racing through some of my speeches today, so forgive me for that. I trip over my words all the time, but I was thinking about the last stream, and I got really off on a few tangents, so I want to try to make sure we get through as many channels as possible today. We still got 2.5 hours to go, so it's plenty of time. I do have one thought, though, that I just want to share. We often use the word family. I use it probably in every stream here, and your YouTube community, those surrounding your channel, some of your best friends, if you want to call it that, on YouTube, are going to truly feel like family if they haven't already. And it's a wonderful feeling when, let's say, you're not around for a day or 2 or 3, or just in a regular amount of time for yourself, and a couple people will reach out and wonder how you're doing or where you are, or they start to learn some of the things about you outside of YouTube and then ask and things like that. I'm very fortunate as the host of Tuber Chat to have a lot of that, but I hope everybody will reach out to just think of somebody you haven't seen for a little while, and reach out and just give them a check and see if everything's okay, because we may not think about it every day, You know, but people go through different things, right? Anybody who hasn't posted in a couple of months or things like that, we just want to reach out and give some positivity. Rock Chick Beauty from the UK, good to see you in the house. Tanks and Fish, good to have you here. Coker Culture, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I know they've got a live stream planned for tonight as well. We'll still be on. I think they're going in half an hour, if I understood that right. And Bella's Whisper Farmstead is up right now. We'll look at Coker Culture in a second. When we do look at Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen, this channel brings us homesteading content along with tips and tricks, recipes, which I have a speech for, and then a lot of how-to videos, do-it-yourself kind of ideas, a few live streams, and there's a few videos on this channel that I really enjoy, like that would make me commend this channel to anybody, if that's the right way to say that. So I'm just going to grab their latest video. I can see I'm behind. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list and hopefully catch up. But she's been posting a lot, which is great to see. So what is that? 6 videos twice a week she's been posting pretty much for the last month. So I'm behind, like I said. She's got a few different things here, but one of the things that I always mention with this channel is the fact that they seem to plan the videos. So Kristen gets a little bit of help from Mike. Once in a while he'll do a video himself or help with a video. I joke all the time that he shows up for the taste test after she's gone through a recipe, but I really enjoy these because much like Just Jason Keto, who I often talk about, she usually does recipes that are simple, easy, truly, and only feature a few ingredients. And from what I've seen from the last 5 recipe videos, they said that they turned out better than they expected. When you dig through even just the thumbnails and titles, you'll start to get an idea of the planning that goes into these videos. And this is a favorite video. It's probably because I've got this, I don't know why, like I'm drawn to tiny houses and cottages and container homes and things like that. I don't know why, but I have been for a long time. I think I just find it fascinating, and they did a spectacular job with this here. So Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen, as well as working on 3,600 subscribers, which is great to see. They're a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who's not only here in Tuber Chat regularly, but I run into them out supporting other people as well. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,700 and 3,700 views, then live streams as well. And sometimes Kristen will take us for a walk by the river, sometimes a fireside chat, and we'll be hoping for some more live streams in a while. We've got notification bells on for every single channel. Andy, AceFlaw1, I hope I said hello earlier. I know you've been here for the whole stream. Jory's Game Bites, good to see you in the house. Jory is a longtime friend. Almost everybody will recognize his name. He changes his channel name all the time, but we know Jory very well. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And Six Bows is back as another dear friend of years now. She's been with us, I think, 4.5 years. So it's great to see you in the chat. And I thought I missed another channel. I certainly don't mean to. I know I say it all the time. And Cali King 916 from Sacramento is in the house. And thank you again, Bella's Whisper Farmstead, for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And forgive me, Peaceful Des, I didn't catch that. Scratch and PPA caught it. I was way behind in the chat and completely missed it. You were supposed to actually have had your channel up next, but I'll put it up right after Coker Culture, and they've both done that before. Coker Culture is a channel that I'm still getting to know. But what I'm going to do right now is take their latest video, and I'm going to put this into my catch-up list Sushi Kingdom. So it's interesting here because I want to see, I'm curious to see all the different things that people do or engage in that I don't do and don't plan to. I don't typically eat sushi. I've had like real sushi one time. I had to fight my way through the meal. But I've eaten a million California rolls, like vegetarian stuff and this and that. True sushi lovers will, probably say that's not sushi. And I'm not enough of an authority to be able to say one way or the other. I don't eat a lot of shellfish at all. Fish I love. A couple of times I'll eat shrimp. I have to crave it. The rest of the stuff, not really. So I'll be interested to see what you're gonna do here, because it literally is like, how much are you gonna eat? I know a lot of sushi places, at least here in the Toronto area of Canada, or between Toronto and Niagara Falls, it's always all you can eat, right? So I guess you pay one price, you can order all kinds of stuff, and I've had tables full of food with plenty of people eating a lot of that. They always have things like chicken and beef and stuff like that for people like me. Coker Culture is officially on the road to 1,000 subscribers, well over 900. We always say you're officially on a road when you pass a 100 milestone. Since they've passed 900, they're officially on the road to 1,000. When we look through the channel, we see a lot of variety here. I'm just going to read from their About page for a second as well. Vlogs, vlogs about life, vacations, food reviews, video games. I can get behind that as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing more videos and learning more about the channel. And then shorts over here have gotten into 6,500, 15,000 on one of these, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. They've got one coming up. There's a lot of people going live today. Butler Family Farm is going live in a few minutes here. They're going live in about 10 minutes. 10 minutes, I think. Coker Culture is going to be on at 7. A few other creators are going to be on. But this is like one of the things that's the magic of YouTube, is we can join the replay squad and still catch everybody's content. That's one thing that is a great part of online, in my opinion. A long time ago you had to catch things while they were happening or you missed out, whereas now you can still catch up with everybody. That was hard to do a long time ago. So Coker Culture, we're cheering you on for your 1,000 subscribers. I'm sure they're going to have it in no time. Obviously, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter behind this channel. And I'm looking forward to getting to know them more. But thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that. Coker Culture's been not just here. I've been running into them in other places as well. They're very active, but they've been here for just about every stream for a few weeks now, I believe, and maybe even longer than that. And Peaceful Des is coming up for the same reason. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Superchat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay, because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And I'm just scanning the chat for a second, hopefully not miss too much more, because I missed the super chat from Peaceful Des. That's another creator who's been incredibly supportive, not just to myself, but Butler Family Farm came in right after them and dropped a super chat, and I know they're friends. They were recently at least one meetup together in real life there. But I really do appreciate all this extra generous support. So thank you again, Coker Culture, Peaceful Des, for these super chats. We're still going to look at Butler Family Farm and Rock Chick Beauty shortly. She just dropped one from the UK. She's done it a million times, and I really do appreciate that. And we'll get back to spinning the wheel like we usually do soon enough. And we still got a long time to go. We got well over 2 hours. It's plenty of time to look at lots of channels on the screen. When we look at Peaceful Des, we are going to see a lot of variety. What I know best about this creator is the fact that they support so many others so much. They look at, when we look at their About section, they let us know they're expecting mostly to do live streams, and they do plenty of that. As a matter of fact, the last time that they were at a meetup with Butler Family Farm, stream, I was looking for Jerry's stream, and it just was, I think it was buffering if I remember right, and there he was with Peaceful Des, and they were streaming, and I was happy to catch that. So they do quite a bit, and you can see this Coffee and Friends, but they've got plenty of live streams. There's the meetup I was talking about. You can see some familiar faces there about Loop 29 and others. When we look at this channel, we see that they're actually streaming about once a week on average, but sometimes more. And then of course they're monetized, but they're also over 1,400 subscribers now, so we'd love to push them towards the 1,500. We know that they must be thinking about. And thank you again, Peaceful Des, for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Now, I keep saying it, but we do put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when those things happen. You do not have to be a member or a super chatter or anything like that to get onto the wheel or the screen. I know it takes a very long time, but as promised, I will always add names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation during the 3 hours that we're on. And I'll add a name in a little while, probably 20 minutes from now, and then we'll see how things go. Some days I'm able to get a lot more. Some days it's just a couple, but it could be anywhere in between. Life with Tanisha RN, another super chat. Thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For that reason, we put their channel up right after Rock Chick Beauty. What we're going to do right now, though, is take a break for 3.5 minutes. And right before we do that, I'm going to play a clip for you from our interview series, and these are videos now that are on the Superchat channel. All of the conversations here go anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long, and they're extremely informative because all of the creators that are featured, we call them interviews, but they're really just friendly conversations. They're talking about all the things that we're going through right now because they're going through the same things, and they have been for years. They've been with us that long. D. Noonan, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And Defam Adventures, good to have you here also. Thanks for coming in. I didn't see Jesse come in. Forgive me, Jesse, I missed your channel coming in. Jesse Journals and Unboxes. And Fever Dream Animation, I hope I said hello earlier. JD Day has another, that's Jeremy D. Day. He's got another channel. He's got at least 3. I think he's got more than that. PK Adventure Travels is dropping a super chat right now so that we will look at Defam Adventures. That's an incredibly generous thing to have done, but I will certainly honor that. We've seen it many times. We honor it every time. So we'll look at Defam Adventures and PK Adventure Travels shortly. But what I'll do is I'll speed things up and we'll get going for the that break for 3.5 minutes. Like I said, I'm going to play a clip from this interview series. The biggest thing you're going to want to notice is that all of these creators have passed 10,000 subscribers. One of the things that comes along with monetization on YouTube that used to require 30,000 subscribers is memberships, and that's open to everybody that gets monetized after 500 subscribers now, or just about everybody. So one of the things that creators will ask is how can they increase the number of memberships over time on their channel? What advice would you give to somebody to increase the number of members and watch that grow if that's something that's on their mind?
Yo, you better get your pencil out for this one. I take this part very seriously in my membership. Our membership is $1.99. It's low. Okay. And I did that intentionally. I don't have any other tiers. I have one tier. It's $1.99. It's the fun zone, basically. We have, 24 emojis available, and everybody gets a new banner or a new badge. And it's creative and it's evolving all the time. I change those out consistently. Sometimes during the holidays is a good example. I changed out almost every single one of those emojis for members. I must have picked up, and I think we're right around 600 members I think we probably picked up an extra 100 because once Halloween came, everything changed throughout the entire holiday season. We're about to hit Easter, and I'm doing it again. So showing your members that you're changing, people love new things. They love it when it's new. And that's a simple thing that you can do. It's all free, whether you use Pexels or you use an AI generator, Midjourney. You can create all that so fast and so easy. It probably takes me to do, I see 24 up there or so, I think. It takes me maybe 2 hours to do every single one of those.
Right. Yeah.
And now you have a fresh palette all the way around.
That's a wonderful idea, so much so I'm holding myself back from laughing because I expect to take a page out of your book and probably do that on at least the Superchat channel. So thank you for that.
In encouraging everybody to join your membership program, or not so much encouraging, reminding them that you have a membership program. And as soon as you do that, everybody in your channel that's a member will start dropping those special emojis. Now, I tweak it a little bit too because I have the floating emotes. When we are in a non-emergency or eruptive time where we can take a breath and it's a little bit more relaxed, I have some pages, my live streams. When you do the emojis, they float all over the screen for fun. And then you see at a large customized emoji that you can only get by being a member, $1.99 is not too far off. People love it.
Wow, that's gold. Thank you for this. All right, we are just about back. Butler Family Farm is probably live by now. So you see how the page is going to change as I literally refresh here and go to another page. I'm curious to know if my notification's going to come up with it. There they are. Yeah, Butler Family Farm going live. So they're live every Monday at this time, as a matter of fact. Let's just see what they're doing here. Yeah, so Jerry and Susan, often what they do is give us a chance to get to know them, but they also do a lot of StreamYard panel ideas where they bring up other guests, sometimes a full board full of different channels for you to meet. But Jerry and Susan will also head out on the road for lots of in real life meetups like I was talking about. They were at one with Peaceful Des just a couple of months ago there. I think they've even been to another one since. When we look at their channel, it's 116 acres of farmland. So homesteading type content. They bring us out into the fields and on the farm. They show us the equipment, the things they have to repair. They make tools for themselves, as well as they've got a lot of livestock. So they're adding koi. They have recently added bees over the last few years. And then they've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, and more. And then they bring us all over their property, like I said, but they also bring us into their home, as a lot of homesteaders do, into the kitchen primarily, but also Jerry does a lot of woodworking in a shop as well, and they share all of that content with us. They've got shorts on the channel. These have gotten into 12,000 views and beyond, one at 53,000, and then live streams on the channel as well. So like I said, they're live every Monday, and it could be Jerry and Susan. They actually do a lot of pop-ups as well on the road, and when they go to these big meetups, they tend to live stream them. There's this is the one, I think. I can't remember which one is which. Lots of meetups, large and small. Sometimes they've met up with just a few people, and often they've had 80 channels worth of creators and supporters together. So hopefully everybody will connect with Butler Family Farm. Jerry's been very open about promoting the channel with the YouTube promotion system and shares information about that as well. So of course the channel is growing very rapidly. Paranormal Poet, good to see you in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Matthews Bushcraft from the Big Family Expedition, good to have you here. Up Designs Customs, good to see you in the house. And I think I was just about to miss some activity there as well. Crafty Witch 232 gifted a membership, and I'm sure Six Bows is back. Will be happy to have picked that up, because I'm going to put them on the wheel right now. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Now, there's a lot of names today. It's much busier than I thought it was going to be, considering our American friends have a holiday. And I certainly do appreciate everybody being here in every moment, of course. What I do during the course of every stream is I will clear out some names from the wheel if I haven't seen somebody in the chat for like half an hour, let's say, or something like that. Members and moderators will always be re-added to the wheel right away, and then super chatters and membership gifters we put up right away, like Butler Family Farm here. That's the reason they're up right now, and the same reason I'm going to put up Rock Chick Beauty from the UK. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. And Mel Runs Things, thank you for that. I actually saw that in the chat. But I do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. Even if you're listening in the background, we've got lots of friends that do that regularly if they can't be in the stream. Even if you're just coming by and you don't have time today and you're just giving a thumbs up, I appreciate all of that stuff as well. None of us can catch every single second of each other's content. It's impossible. But as long as we're all doing as much as we can for each other, everybody will be just fine. And then in the beginnings, when we start our YouTube journey, when we have like 100, maybe 200 friends with channels and things like that, it's possible to miss each other's time slots. Like, you can arrange with people on a calendar to say, okay, I'm going to go on Tuesday, you're going to go on Wednesday, you're going to go on Thursday, or times of the day, because I'm on at 1, you're on at 2, you're on at 3, you're on at 4, that kind of thing. But eventually it becomes impossible. There's 50 million channels on YouTube, so it's impossible for everybody to miss each other's time slots. So because I was on YouTube for a couple of years before starting Superchat, I was lucky. I had a little bit of practice and I already understood how a few of the things were going to work. So I've said from the beginning, look, I can't have a schedule. At times we've been consistent. We used to do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but I've always moved the times around. And I believe since the beginning, I've always said I'm going to move the days and the times, because I got my own personal schedule as well, and that's moved around over the years. But as long as everybody's doing as much as we can for each other, I promise you everybody will be just fine. And then Izzy Pop was actually talking, I think it was yesterday, I was in their live stream, and they were talking about a bunch of the banners that they'd designed for people. And there you go. Yeah, see, Just Jason Keto and more. You know, lots of people will pick a schedule or a set time. Scratch and PPA has been doing his premieres on Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern for almost 4.5 years. I think next week I have to start saying 4.5 years. Can you imagine being consistent, never missing even 1 week, no matter what? Whether he's got to drop a video instead of a premiere, that video comes out every single week for 4.5 years. That is by design and with intention, and anybody would say that's wonderful, especially after so many years. When we look at Raw Chick Beauty on the screen, this is a creator that comes to us from the UK. She's been with us from the beginning as well, 4.5 years now at least. And she is somebody who actually reset and restarted her channel after the first 6 months, I think it was. And the idea was wondering whether she could come back stronger and more solidly the second time around. But when you look at her thumbnails today, she's had this professional look to all of her thumbnails from the beginning of that reset. Now, each video gets its own different look for a thumbnail. Lots of different graphic design ideas here, but the bright bold headshots make her recognizable. That will pay off for when we think about branding over the long term. Now, she's working on 1,500 subscribers right now. She talks all things alternative. Once in a while, there's a bit of variety, like unboxing a new iPhone. But she typically brings us get ready with me type makeup ideas, hauls, subscription services, and sponsored videos, product reviews, and unboxings. She's got shorts on the channel as well. These have gotten into now, wow, 3,200, 3,400 on a couple of these. One at 9,900 views. That one's going to hit 10,000 views any second. Live streams on this channel as well. I'll show you something that absolutely works. So over the years, I've often said anybody can reach out to me anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. What I mean by that is that when it comes to Instagram, that's where, like, you know, it's been the thing for so many years. I know TikTok's popular, but I find that most people seem to use Instagram for messaging more than anything else. That wasn't always the case. I've been around since long before all of these. But I'm on Instagram all day. I check the messages a million times a day. But Facebook, several times a day, let's say, and then Twitter occasionally. But anybody can reach out anytime. It doesn't have to be a special occasion, but especially in that case, if you have monetization celebration, I try to never miss those. Birthdays, anniversaries, doesn't have to be YouTube related, anything at all. If you're gonna stream or you have an important video, you can reach out on any of those platforms and I will always try to be there if I can, even if I'm working. I'll try to like sneak in there, even if it's just for a second. But the reason why I'm getting into such a long speech today about it is literally Rock Chick Beauty went live the other day. So a few days ago, she went live, but she messaged me right before. Now, I know not everybody can sit there and message every single person you want to come into your live streams, but I promise you it does work. So if you have some really loyal, dedicated supporters that you know want to be there for your live streams if they can, we know you notifications don't always work perfectly, so that's another way you could probably reach out to people. Cake No Eat Meat Day with cherry on top. Good to see you in the house. That's Danforth Avenue Wellness, another fellow Canadian. Hope we haven't missed anybody in the chat. And Rock Chick Beauty, thank you again for that super chat. Butler Family Farm did the same thing. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. It's the same reason why we're looking at Life with Tanisha RN right now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And Heaven's Fire 18 is in the house. They've been with us many months now. Yeah, it looks like 6 months, maybe longer. I don't think it's quite been a year, but it might be approaching when I think about it. And when we look at Life with Tanisha RN, this is a creator that's working on 600 subscribers, first of all, when we have a look at their About section. They're going to talk about planning and journaling along with enjoying life. They've actually got more variety here, but I've caught them for some of these videos where they're talking about planning. And what they do is show us not just the process of organizing the things we need to organize or planning our days and our weeks and everything else, but really making it fun. So they customize their planners. They use all kinds of artistic things. They could be using different colors for the different things they're writing, and a lot of stickers and things like that. And I think it just makes it a little more personal, a little more fun to look at. You know, somebody like myself, I tend to write things down in blue ink on plain paper all the time, but I thought to myself, hey, it would be a little bit fun to start customizing some of the stuff a little bit more. When we look at Life with Tanisha RN, I see a brand new video from 6 hours ago. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. They've got a couple of premieres coming up as well. I've got notifications on for both of those. And then shorts on this channel as well have gotten into 600 and almost 700 views, which is great to see. And then live streams. They got some familiar faces over there. There's Jeremy and Cheryl and Rob, all in a live stream from a couple months ago. We got notification bells on, so if they're going to keep those up, we'll be able to catch them, hopefully. And I see that Heaven's Fire 18 is gifting a membership. So thank you, Life with Tanisha RN, for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that before. And Defam Adventures is coming up right now because PK Adventure Travels dropped a super chat for them. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And then I see... living large without crew. I should count one day. I should do I don't know if everybody knows this, but your analytics, I think, will tell you, right, how many messages came through. There's a way to look at it if you do the go live button, I believe. Let's have a look and see if we can do it. We'll go to the go live button and then we'll go on later date. We just want to get out of this window, and then I'll go over to manage. I'll look at the one that we're on right now. And there runs the chat on the side here. We'll let the page flip because it does it automatically. When we look at viewer activity. Oh, I thought it did. I thought it told us how many messages came through, but I could be mistaken. Chat rate talks about how many messages at a time are going through. Sometimes 60 within a minute, I think that means. And then, so I'm mistaken about how this works. So forgive me for that. But there is another way, another hint I can give everybody. Actually, why don't I show you? And then we'll look at Defam Adventures in a second. So if I go to Nightbot, I'm already logged in. But here's an example. Now, it's not 4,000. Is it 4,500 messages today? I'm not sure if that's correct or not, but I'll show you something really cool. In the logs here, I've talked about this many times before, but Nightbot will keep the logs for 7 days on your channel. You can go back and see everything everybody said. And it'll go on for pages and pages and pages in a chat like this, let's just say. But it's really cool. Even if somebody deletes their message after, it's still in those logs. So if you wanted to go back and see. But that's just a couple of quick tricks for you. And in place of story time for today. The Fam Adventures is coming up right now. They're here just about every day, but they're out supporting other creators. They're live right now too. They must have just gone live a moment ago. I must have forgot to say that. And then PK Adventure Travels is Ryan and Melinda, and they dropped a super chat so we would look at this channel. Thank you, Life with Tanisha RN, for gifting a membership as well. I know Florida Claimers Ted will be happy to have that. Mama Juju Crafton on the back 40 picked up a gifted membership moments ago, so I'll get them on the wheel right now. Notifications for those things are the best ever. So many times we see that if somebody receives a gifted membership, they end up coming into the stream if they weren't already there. That was from Mel Runs Things, and I really appreciate that because I know they've let us know they're actually working and not able to be like in the chat as much as they usually would. Life with Lucia and Glenn, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And Rachel, I hope I said hello. Cake and Me Eat Day is making me laugh. They always make me laugh. Henry Leslie Vermont is in the house. It's good to see you here. That's an incredibly supportive creator. I think their support for everybody has increased over the years. They've been with us a long time. And then the Fam Adventures up on the screen right now. Like I said, PK Adventure Travels dropped a super chat so we would look at this channel. Lots of familiar faces here. I see it right away as soon as I get to their front page. They've got some videos here that are fairly recent. I'm behind, so I'm going to grab one of these. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. More than anything else, let's read their About section so I don't make a mistake here and say it's all travel. So, The Fam Adventures is an exhilarating journey filled with laughter, thrill, and unforgettable moments. Join Barry, Brain, and the gang as they embark on countless escapades in search of fun and entertainment. So I see them with a lot of travel channels. So this is probably where I'm getting a little bit mistaken. I've seen many videos, but when we dig through what they're doing here, it actually looks like they're doing a bit of shopping a lot of the time. Sometimes they're outdoors. I don't think that's travel. I think that's actually in their area. But here's some travel here as well. They're talking about cruising as well. We've had this influx of cruising and travel channels for many years. So forgive me while I still get more familiar with the channel. But they've got shorts over here as well. 2,500, 3,000, 2,800 on one of these with a Family Guy clip there. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they're live right this second. My imagination tells me we might still be on a while after they finish, but I could be mistaken about that. We're going to do an extra 1 hour stream on our copyright free music channel after this, and then Michael's Adventures will have a premiere. But they've also got a lot of guests, as we see in these thumbnails, really familiar faces, and I'm always happy to see that as well. Collaborating with any other channel in any way at all is probably the fastest way for you to grow, because every time you're featured on somebody else's channel, you're all but guaranteed to grab a handful of new subscribers, if that makes sense. And then thank you, Mel Runs Things. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. The sacrifices we make for YouTube, right? Let me tell you. The Fam Adventures was presented to us today by PK Adventure Travel. So Ryan and Mel, thank you for the super chat again. They've done that countless times before. I've got their I haven't cleared out my watch later list or my catch-up list from the other day. I've got all the new videos like that have run from the last stream, but I've still got everything in there, so I can go back and see one of the streams I wanted to watch from Ryan and Mel here, where they talked about how to avoid mosquitoes and bugs and things like that. I don't know if I can find it in the titles here. Oh, it's somewhere around here. They got a lot of travel. They're travel agents, right? So they're going to help us not only with cruising and traditional travel. They do a lot of camping as well. They give us a tour in one of their video, at least one video of their camper, and they did a really thorough job. And that's one of the things that is the thing that drew me to this channel when we first put it up, the very first time that they were here, the very first video that I watched. If we dig back here, how long it's been. 9 months. Does that make sense, or is it longer than that? There was a ship tour video I thought was the first one that I watched on this channel. It could have been, oh, it's this one here. So no, maybe it's not the first video, it doesn't matter, but Ovation of the Seas. They do a really thorough job. They share all of the camera work and everything else. I really was drawn to the chemistry between the two of them as well. But both of them seem so natural when it comes to the idea of being on YouTube or being behind the camera. Ryan's got a series here, and I have to be honest, I haven't seen this video. It ran in my catch-up list. I'm sure everybody understands I run more videos than I watch, but I watch as much as I can, and I will go back and see this. Ryan's been doing this series for I don't know how many months now, but he's got really important information for anybody who's even thinking of traveling ever. There's important stuff in there, and he keeps those videos pretty short as well. Lots of members only content, which is great to see because they're monetized as well. Lots of ways to support them. And shorts on this channel have gotten into 10,000 and 12,000 views. They are working on 1,300 subscribers, and PK Adventure Travels is not just here for just about every stream, but they're out supporting other people. I run into them regularly as well. Starika, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I hope I said hello the other day. I know you were there. I can't remember if I said it out loud or not. Old School Alaska, good to have you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And my goodness, can I talk? Right? The silence is deafening when I when I calm down for a second here. I just want to look at what did Izzy say. I think they said they're heading out to edit videos. Izzy Pop is an incredibly hard worker. Yeah, never would I be caught saying anything. See how I say that? Never would I be caught saying bad about anybody at all. But thank you. Izzy Pop is an incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter as well, and I enjoy my time in their live streams. They always have conversation going on. We joke that the conversation could go anywhere, but that's most live streams. But it's absolutely true when we're over there. But they got some really loyal and dedicated supporters. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Life with Tanisha RN, thank you again for the overly generous support, and thank you for the time. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can spend, but I know especially in holidays everybody's busy as well, and we see tonight how many people are live today. I think some of that probably comes down to the fact that it's a holiday, right? So it's like an extra day that people have had to either prepare or get a stream in when they can't all the time. And then Crafty Witch 232 is up on the screen right now, and Crafty Witch 232 gifted a membership a while ago, so thank you for that. We're still going to look at Heaven's Fire 18 and Mel runs things for the same reason. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And Life with Tanisha RN did the same thing as well. So thank you all. They've all done that before as well, or things like that. Crafty Witch 232 is somebody who's on just about every day. They're here with us for just about every stream as well. Ever since finding us many months ago now, pardon me, when they are here, they're always engaging conversation. I see them out supporting other people all the time when I'm bouncing in between premieres and live streams. I run into them. And Crafty Witch 232 is actually usually early in the door and here for almost the entirety of the stream, even though they stream almost every day. So they got lots of creativity on their channel. When I read from their About page, you'll get the idea of the different things that they do. Cross-stitching, crochet, 3D printing, jewelry making, perler beads, and a lot of sewing as well, as you can imagine. When we look at some of the thumbnails, we get an idea. There's a lot of 3D printing and crochet mixed together here, and a lot of pop culture references because they make a lot of things that they turn around and sell, which is something I learned only the last couple of weeks or months ago. When we look at the performance of some of these, getting into 10,000 and 13,000. Hugo Homestead, forgive me, I think you've been here for a while, and I miss saying hello, but it's great to have you here. Hugo Homestead's been with us from the beginning, probably 4.5 years. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. When we look at live streams over here, I said Crafty Witch 232 goes live pretty much every day. And this creator is usually creating while they're live streaming. You can see this, right? And then as well, once in a while, they'll play some Animal Crossing or a video game, let's just say. And I've caught them for many of these. Hopefully I'll catch you again. I'm uncertain about what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. Hopefully I'll catch you before we're finished tonight, a little bit later on. And then Crafty Witch 232 is working on 1,500 subscribers, and they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Thank you, Izzy Pop, for the warning, letting me know that they're still listening just in case. Heavens Fire 18. Good to see you in the house. I used I owe a quarter to the swear jar. I actually owe a fortune to the swear jar. I shouldn't admit that, but I owe a quarter to the swear jar. And it's funny because Kristen and I were talking over dinner today. Kristen Welton, most of you know, and she has a channel of her own. She comes in when she can. This is a very busy month for her. She runs a charity and she's got an event coming up shortly. But anyway, we were talking over dinner today, and she was saying, because I said I've got this new job and I've been at it for just a week now, but I've already slipped a couple of times. And she goes, but how come you can't not slip when you're there, but you never slip when you're on Superchat? Because in 5 years that I can remember, I've only done it once, and then I caught it fast enough that I could delete it and pretend it never happened. A few of our friends heard it. And then I think it's only been one time. Pete, of anybody, would know if it's more than once, but I'm hoping it's only the one time. And I try not to do that, but it was something kind of funny. So that's why I laugh, because when Izzy Pop says they're listening just in case something happens. Up Designs Customs, I hope I said hello to you earlier. Yeah, I put you on the wheel. I don't mean to miss anybody in the chat. Members are always put on the wheel as soon as I see them. We're going to do a break again in a few minutes, and then I'll start clearing out some names from the wheel. So the idea is, if any of our members or moderators are listening that haven't been seen yet, just please stay active in the chat while we go on those breaks, and I'll always add members and moderators right back onto the wheel. Heavens Fire 18, we're going to talk about in a second. Home by Design with Marilyn, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen when those things happen. So we will look at their channel right after Mel runs things, and that'll be after our break, which is coming up in a few minutes here. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody, but I think we're doing okay. And then Home Bartending with John is in the house. I put them on the wheel. Heavens Fire 18 is another longtime friend. They've been with us for, I wonder if it's been a year yet. If I dig back through, this is what I could do. Like when you dig through the videos, I find that red lines are staying longer than a year now. I think it's after a couple of years they disappear, but I could be very wrong about that. But this is how I usually gauge how long somebody has been with us just for fun while we're here putting their channel on the screen. But I think it's getting on a year if I'm not mistaken. It feels like longer actually. Heavens Fire 18 is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Most of their videos are quite short, but it looks like they're putting out a few longer ones over the last month or so. And I'm just going to grab the latest one. They put that out yesterday. I'll put this into my catch-up list. You see lots of furry friends here, obviously. They'll give some information on their About section here, and then shorts on the channel. These have gotten into almost 1,000 views. I hope somebody will go and give them their 1,000 views on this shorts video right now. But they got another one here at 1,900, which is great to see. And then live streams. So they've been streaming up to a few months ago. We'll see if they're going to bring those back. I see a familiar, at least one familiar face there. And then we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And Crafty Witch 232 and Heavens Fire 18, thank you for those gifted memberships again. Mel Runs Things did the same thing. They got a live stream running right now. So Mel Runs Things is super busy. They're working right now, and they got a stream going, and they're hanging out in Tuber Chat. So I appreciate that. They're working on 1,800 subscribers. And a lot of these, many creators are doing live streams like this. My assumption is chasing watch hours, of course. They've got plenty of videos that are longer than 3 minutes, some lengthy videos as well. When we're connecting, we want to be connecting with videos over 3 minutes whenever possible. Although they've got one here at 240 that I haven't seen. I'm just going to put that in my catch-up list. And then we dig through their videos and we see a lot of pleasing audio and pleasing visuals between the videos as well as live streams. They've got some shorts here getting into 2,300 and 2,400 and live streams, including one that's coming up. So they got one running right now, one coming up, I believe it's meant to be tomorrow. It says 4:30 in the morning for me because we're off time zones, but lifestyle, family, cooking, fitness, and running. Typically, or basically, the idea is living her best life over 50. So she brings us a lot of different content along those lines, which pretty much means pure variety. So hopefully everybody will connect with Mel Runs Things. We want to push them towards the 1,800 we know they're thinking about. Pardon me, I'm coughing today a bit for no reason. But that means also it's time for a break. There's Sir Dank for Jesus. That's a second channel from Handicapped Travelers. Home by Design with Marilyn is coming up. And then I almost missed something from Greenland Quilter Katie there. They dropped a super chat. We'll have a look at their channel right after Home by Design with Marilyn, who's fairly new. I'm not certain if this is the second time they've been here or if they've been here more often than that. But it's got to be close. But we'll be looking at their channel next. And then Greenland Quilter Katie right after that. We'll get around to spinning the wheel very soon. I'm actually going to add a name to the wheel as well, and I'll clean it up a little bit right now. So for all our members and moderators, just please be active in the chat if you haven't been seen yet. And Greenland Quilter Katie's reaching out to everybody, hoping everybody's having a good day. And let's do our break quickly. So right before we do that, I'll just play a quick clip from our interview series, an upcoming episode. I hope to have it up in 2 weeks, but I'll do what I can. It's been filmed, not edited yet. but all of the creators featured share a lot of knowledge with us, knowing all the things that we're going through, because they're still here with us today. They've been with us for years, but they've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers. We use the term family a lot. I noticed you all doing it when I was just starting out. And then, you know, over the years, of course, we use that because it truly feels like that, especially when, you know, you haven't been on for a while. Somebody comes looking for you and notices. That's a good feeling, you know, and we try to do that for other people as well. But these are just examples of how this starts to feel like a family. And you hear me say often, I know Sylvia feels the same way, that we give much more to others than we expect to receive, knowing that we're going to get everything that we want. I mean, Sylvia, when I was first connected to you, and I can't remember now, I don't remember if it was 4 years or 5 years, but it's somewhere around there. And she was obviously already at it. But thinking back to how you must have felt, I don't know how soon you thought you were going to get over 10,000 and now towards 14,000 subscribers, but it must be a great feeling to see it continue to grow.
Yeah, I'm definitely blessed. I feel blessed. I just feel motivated. I feel uplifted. And I'm happy that I can connect with so many amazing supporters. The people who come in, they come in and they stick and they stay. Yes, not all almost 14,000 people come over, but I have repeat offenders. And what I mean by repeat offenders,
of course,
I'll see you in my comments on Monday. I'll see you in my comments on Wednesday. See you in my comments on Friday. So you always coming back and you're supporting me. And one thing that I do on my channel, and I think this is a big change, and with having so many supporters, when people leave a comment on any video, be it a short, be it a video, be it a live, I'm going to respond back to you to acknowledge you for coming in, thanking you for coming in. And then I go to your channel and I watch something for you. In order to get support on these YouTube streets, you got to give support. You have to give it. Sure. It's $3.99 to go over there and watch a video of somebody and make a comment. You don't know how much you may change their life. You know?
right, we're just about back. We're going to look at home by design with Marilyn. I know that Greenland Quilter Katie has a stream coming up with a couple of our friends, and they let me know it's with Crafty Witch 232 and Scraptastic Crochet, and another couple of channels that we haven't met yet, but there's going to be opportunity to meet lots of loyal and dedicated supporters over there, so I hope everybody will visit Greenland Quilter Katie. We're going to look at the channel in a moment, actually, because they dropped a super chat, and then Home by Design did the same thing. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Members get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, like Trish the Natural that just came in right now. We'll get around to spinning the wheel shortly. It's taking a little bit longer today than usual. I never know what to expect for a holiday. It could be busier than usual. We're always busy, and I'm grateful for that. Or it could be a little bit more reasonably paced, let's just say. But either way, there's always lots of friends to meet here, and we still got an hour and a half to go, so lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. Vintage Style by Joe, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I think they were live earlier today, and I could be mistaken about that. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think they were live, and I was just getting home and not able to get in there before I'm setting up for Tuber Chat. But we'll see when we look at their channel next. So Home by Design with Marilyn is somebody who's fairly new to Tuber Chat, and I can't remember if this is the second time we've got their channel on the screen, I think, and I could be wrong about that. Yeah, I can't remember if they've been here more than the once before, but I do see that they've got a brand new video, and they just put this out, actually. So I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep using to get caught up or keep caught up with creators as much as can be done. They're working on 3,900 subscribers, which is great to see. And then they're talking about modern, elegant, and cozy ideas on their banner. And we'll see do-it-yourself videos, shopping hauls, and then they'll help with our decor designs and styles, as well as budget-friendly ideas. You can read that on their About section. When we look at shorts on this channel, they've gotten into 1,200, 2,400, 3,000 on one of them, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. And it seems that up to a few months ago they were doing these fairly frequently. We've got the notification bell on, so if they're going to continue live streams, we have the best chance of catching them. We put notification bells on for every single channel, of course. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. Another channel that's fairly new is A Voice Down Under, and thank you for coming in. I know it can be tough, especially when we're out of time zones. I'm in the Eastern time zone, of course, close to, I'm in Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, close to Toronto. Same time zone as New York and Florida, I think all of Florida, if I'm not mistaken. Greenland Quilter Katie's coming up.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
So there's a channel out there, yes, that's here with us frequently, The Source. They've been coming in for a few months now, and they're incredibly supportive and enthusiastic. On their channel, they want to connect a lot of people. So Married in Arkansas, it's good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in, and hopefully you're feeling welcome. And then let's keep looking at channels. Greenland Quilter Katie, like I said, has a live stream coming up. Let's go look and see if they've got that set up already. Yeah, here it is. So they've got a few friends joining them, and that'll be interesting to see. So it's tomorrow. I'm going to try to catch it. I might just barely get home. I'm going to be out, but I might barely get home in time for that. And then I see that they've got a few more. They usually set up lots in advance. So live streams, you know, like most people, the conversation can go just about anywhere when it gets started. Shorts on this channel feature pure variety, but a lot of beautiful looks around Greenland. 2,800, 3,100. And then videos, they got a lot going on here. So they've got a podcast, first of all. I'm just going to grab the latest video, though. which I accidentally think I downloaded there. I'm gonna put this video into my catch-up list. Looks like a I was gonna say an unboxing video. Oh, there's something going on there. We'll find out what it is. And then they've got a premiere coming up in a few days, which is great to see. They've got a podcast, like I said. They were doing a lot of shopping videos over the Christmas season. They gave us a beautiful look around Greenland in a lot of videos. They continue that today, but this is what I noticed on the channel first when they started coming in so long ago, about a year ago. Icebergs, glaciers, beautiful looks on the water, mountain views and things like this. And then Greenland Quilter Katie, of course, with creativity, and you'll see more on their about section about what to expect here. Obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They dropped a super chat. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. And Home by Design with Marilyn did the same thing. So we just looked at those two channels. Now I'm going to spin the wheel right now and see who's next. And then I'm going to add a name to the wheel because I'm behind and I should have done that already.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you. And if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
I Am Betty J Gathers is another dear friend. She's been with us from the beginning. Between her and the How-To Lady, we've probably gained well over 1,000 thumbs up. Probably more, much more than I'm thinking when it comes to individual thumbs up because of their friendly and energetic reminders. I Am Betty J Gathers has quite a bit going on her channel and hopefully some new content soon. Mike from Nebraska, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everyone's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. Jeremy D-Day, I'm just making sure you're on the wheel, and I've got to add a name from our chat list. So Timmy the Racing Channel is going to be added right now. And then after a little while, I won't wait too long, I'll add another name. We always get as many as we can in our 3-hour live stream. We'll give everybody an extra hour to connect as well. We're going to put a 1-hour stream up on our copyright-free music channel after Tuber Chat. We do that after pretty much every stream. Now, I Am Betty J Gathers is a creator who has a channel that basically surrounds the idea of her living her best life over 60. Although all of her content can relate to anybody. She does talk about a lot of healthy eating, healthy living, intermittent fasting is something that she will talk about. And a lot of vlogging was featured in her latest videos on her channel. It's been a little while, but she does a great job of bringing us into her home, taking us out on the road, and you can see that this is a truly dynamic creator. Always smiling, always laughing, and then she's got shorts on the channel as well. These are interesting because this creator's put out hundreds of shorts videos. Usually daily for a year in a row, and then continues today. She's featured in a lot of the shorts that have gotten into 8, 9, and 10,000 views, and a few of the newer ones are starting to climb here. I can see including 13,000 and 15,000, which is great. Then live streams on the channel. The conversation can go anywhere once Betty starts, but this creator was challenged by Crystal Sparkle, the creator featured in this interview here, where they started a series of live stream interviews, of which I was a part, and I appreciate that because we got to talk at length about our friendship and moderators on YouTube and our YouTube journey and everything else. So I hope everybody will go back and watch that replay as well if you want to hear me go on at length even more than I do in the Tuber Chat live streams. Another hour and a half of listening to me talk, but a little bit of Betty in there as well. And hopefully everybody will connect with her. She's been with us from the beginning, a beloved and dedicated moderator, and one of our longest standing official members as well. So obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And it's time to spin the wheel, so we'll do that right now.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Edna's World is in the house. She is another featured creator that is in our interview series. I'm going to play a clip from her before we go on the next break in a little while. And Crafting Enthusiast is here. That's our featured channel for today. That was the channel that we looked at first before anybody. And we feature a channel at the beginning of every live stream, basically to give us a channel that we can describe as we get started and have a look at while I do the introductions for the channel. But the other purpose is so that you could be introduced. I know a lot of people will go back and watch the beginnings of the replays. I don't expect anybody to watch all 3 hours of it, but you could if you wanted to hear what I have to say about a lot of different creators. But Crafting Enthusiast was today's featured, and it's so that you can see some of the most generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters that we've had come through the Tuber Chat family over the last 5 years. And 99 Midnight Gamer YT, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody. When we look at Home Bartending with John, it's one of our longest standing silver members, which means we see his channel every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream, whether or not he's here, even though he's usually here for almost every stream. Home Bartending with John is somebody who brings us 2 different one-of-a-kind channels in the Tuber Chat family. Here, Home Bartending with John is going to teach us how to make some of the world's most popular cocktails from the comfort of our own home. We don't have to have a home bar setup quite as elaborate as what he's got here, but he shows us different variations for making some of the drinks we're going to think about as well, because not everybody has the same recipe. You might find 2 or 3. He also does requests on his channel, and he's done at least a couple for me already. I appreciate those, and lots of product reviews, which can give us an idea as to whether we might like some of this stuff before we end up purchasing it. So I barely drink now. You know, I'm usually socially anyway, but when I do, I joke all the time that I like beer that tastes like water with a little bit of beer. So all these very yellow looking, very light things are what I'm probably going to like. My choice is Corona always, featured here in this comparison video. Sol is what we always have if they don't have Corona, but that's just a deal they make with the liquor companies. When we look at Home Bartending with John, we could see comparisons. We could see collections as well. So he might do low-calorie cocktails or non-alcoholic mocktails. And then he's got shorts on the channel as well. One of these still gets views. So he's got a couple here at 1,600, 2,900, one at 9,800. That's going to get to 10,000 for sure. And then live streams are an idea from the past. We'll see if he's going to bring those back. So I'm going to show you another channel here called The Pipe Guy. We got to spell this properly, because there's 2 E's there. This channel's still working on its first 100 subscribers, but it's another one-of-a-kind channel from Home Bartending with John, where he's featuring industrial pipe lamps and industrial pipe art. I personally had never seen anything like this before, and he's got a Star Wars themed video to get us started. So hopefully everybody will connect with The Pipe Guy and Home Bartending with John, both from the same creator. Oh, that's interesting. Rich Cat Ranch likes Guinness. I have to fight my way through that. I know it's a great tasting, darker beer, like so popular in the world, right? But I can't do it as easily as some people can. Let's think about spinning the wheel again right now.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Next up is Jeremy D-Day. So this creator's actually got a few different channels, but the interesting thing about Jeremy D-Day is I've known this creator for probably 6 years. Before Tuberchat was even a thought. He is one of the first that I was connected to in the small YouTuber community so long ago from the Soldier Family Network, I believe. And Jeremy D-Day has been here ever since then, catching as many streams as he can. We've done over 800 now, as you can see. He's literally been here from the beginning and with us during the Playlist Buddy experiments that we were doing before we even started this channel. So Jeremy D-Day is obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. When we look at his channel now, he's doing reviews, shorts, vlogs, and he gives us some information about the particulars when we get to his About section, where you'll find the name of his original channel, and I'll show that to you in a few minutes here. So he's got... he's working on 1,200 subscribers. You get an idea of some of the reviews here, bringing variety to this channel. He's got shorts that have done really well, getting into 27,000, 69,000 on a couple of these. Pure variety, of course. Live streams. So he's doing quite a few of these now. And yeah, it looks like Jeremy D-Day might be live just about once a week. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. I got notification bells on, of course. And then he's got at least one other channel, but I'll show you JD Knight 7. This is where I met Jeremy. And JD Knight 7 is bringing us a lot of music reviews more than anything else for the last long while, probably at least a couple of years now. When we dig through these, you get an idea of some of the variety in his music collection, which I'm interested to see. And hopefully you are too. But it's variety. So a lot of metal here. A lot of metal he listens to, even glam rock or classic metal. But there's a lot more as well when you dig through some of these. Then shorts on the channel. JD Knight 7. All music. The best performing shorts are music related. But you see 127,000, 365,000, 690,000. So really doing well. And then live streams on the channel here are more of an experiment. So hopefully everybody will connect with JD Knight 7. That's Jeremy D-Day. And he has a third channel that he brought into the chat earlier. I think it's JD Day, if I'm not mistaken, right? And then let's spin the wheel.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuberchat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
When we look at Yali Motivates, this is a fairly new channel in the Tuberchat family. I think we just had them up once before here, right? So they've got another video. It looks like positivity in an attitude of gratitude video. When we look at their About section, they let us know they're sharing powerful stories with uplifting messages and some practical tips as well. So I'm always happy to see anybody spreading positivity, inspiration, motivation. So I have to get to know the channel better, but I'll be looking forward to it. They've got shorts here as well. A bit of variety, but they've gotten into 45,000, 46,000 on a couple of these. And then I'm curious, Yali Motivates, if you happen to be Canadian. I didn't look on the About section there. I always forget to look at that. The only reason why I say that is because I see Doug Ford there. That's our premier in Ontario, similar to what you would call a governor of a state. I just happen to recognize him in the thumbnail of that short video. Then live streams on the channel as well. So they've got quite a bit here. Some of these are quite short, but a lengthy one yesterday, and then we'll see what they're going to do to continue with those. We got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. Six Bows is back, is still in the house, so I've got them on the wheel. Kathy Payne, good to see you here. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. We're going to move as fast as we can to get to as many channels as possible within the next hour or so. Heineken, as far as I know, Starika, might be the most popular beer in the world. Even though it probably doesn't seem like that to everybody, because we all have ones that are popular in our regions. But as far as I understand, I used to work in bars and nightclubs and stuff like that, so we had to deal with that. But my understanding is the Heineken is the most popular ever. Heineken I can get through, but it's usually just one, definitely not more than a couple or whatever. And like I said, I barely drink now anyway. When we look at what we're doing here, we're going to spin the wheel and we'll get another channel ready to go. And we'll go on a break again. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'll play another clip from our interview series. I know Edna's World just popped in, so we'll play a clip from her episode of our interviews. And Edna's World is somebody who not only has been with Superchat, pretty much, I'm not sure if it was quite from the beginning, it's many years, but she actually inspired one of, we joked that we're each other's YouTube BFFs. Elevate with Fern actually came to visit me and Kristen Welton last summer in Niagara Falls, because we've got such a great friendship that's built up over the years. Edna's World is the creator that inspired her to even start, and she is very much inspirational in the creation of this channel here. So we'll watch Edna's World's clip. She gives a lot of practical tips and tricks throughout our conversation. Again, somebody who's been friends with us for years and past her 10,000 subscribers. Tim Mitchell's just gifting a handful of memberships right now, and they've done that before. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. While we go on this break, I'll get the names of the creators that are here that have picked up those gifted memberships onto the wheel. I will clean it up a little bit, and then we will come back and look at Up Designs Customs, and then we'll look at Tim Mitchell because they just gifted that membership. Right now we'll hear from Edna's World.
So I noticed that you also mentioned subscribers for a quick second there when you're talking about especially the effects you put on the screen or the end of your video. Don't forget to subscribe, things like this. What else can you tell us, especially for anybody just starting their YouTube journey, about how to get more subscribers for their channel?
Still back to just asking. Like, you would be surprised how many people don't say subscribe to my channel.
No.
Just a simple hit that subscribe button, you know, I would appreciate it. I don't do a whole lot of promoting, but promoting your channel works very well. I think honestly, if people can feel like they have a connection to you, if you're talking, if you're giving great information, if they sort of feel that vibe, they're going to naturally be like, oh, I like this person. But sometimes people will watch and just never subscribe. And sometimes it's just because they just don't think about it. It's like, oh, I didn't even realize I wasn't subscribed to you. So that one little ask is sometimes all the people need to just, subscribe to the channel. I think also realizing that not everybody is going to subscribe. Realizing that they might watch your video, but for whatever reason, they just don't want to subscribe to it. Or they just come there for that one reason, that to see that video, and now they're going to go. I think having people promote you is a good thing. And that's also something I think should naturally happen.
Okay.
I know a lot of us, when we start out, we think we have the best ideas, the best personality, and we're going to blow up overnight. And it just doesn't happen like that in the real world. It's going to take time, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with, you might never hit 10,000 subscribers, and that's okay. Be there for the 400 that are coming back, Yes. Be there for the ones that are coming back and show them that you appreciate them being there, because eventually those are the ones that will mention your name to somebody else.
Yes.
Or, those, if they don't, but they're still coming back.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to be okay. I think that's what a lot of new vloggers need to learn. You have to be okay that you might not blow up. You might not be as fabulous as you think you are. Somebody is still going to be like, no, I don't like her. And that's okay. That's okay.
All right, we're just about back. I needed an extra second there. I'm just clearing up the wheel a little bit. And for any of our members or moderators that haven't been seen yet, just please be active in the chat. I'll put you back on the wheel if I removed your name. And then, yeah, Legends Gaming 67. We just keep at it. You know what I mean? And eventually, after a while, things start to move. It can feel like an eternity, I know that, but if we can commit to making, let's say, 100 videos, it's not set in stone. It could be 100, 200, 300, could be 50, but all of a sudden things start to move. And the best part about YouTube, or at least when it comes to videos, one of the great parts is the fact that all of the work that we do today helps the work we did yesterday and is going to help the work we're going to do tomorrow. It's really wonderful. I haven't seen anything like that. The way that YouTube really works in all the social networks over all my years, you know, and I've been there from the beginning, let's just say. So we just keep going. We're building a catalog of videos. Hopefully everybody enjoys most of what we have to do. We know it's a lot of work. And then, like I said, you hear the stories that I tell about channels all the time here. You can't believe the way we all, would have talked in the beginning when we had 50 subscribers or 100 subscribers and our videos were getting 5 views and then eventually 10. Now we've got lots of creators who put out videos and they're guaranteed 100 views within the first day. Some probably guaranteed 1,000 views within the first day, and it's wonderful to hit all the milestones along the way. And then Chris's Creation Fun is talking to Canadian Family Life in the background there. And then Mama Juju Crafting on the back 40 still in the house. Oh, working on the craft room. Yeah, I don't wish that on anybody. I've seen how full some of those craft rooms can get from some of our friends truly being creative. You can imagine somebody like me, I just work on a computer, so my stuff takes up the size of a quarter of a room. It's a desk and a chair. You know what I mean? I use the whole desk and the whole chair, but nothing like what we see from some of our friends who are into either yarn or quilting or different sewing and creative products and projects in that way, and lots of others as well. You know what I mean? What Starika's making me laugh with the 90s references there. Queen's Alchemy, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. And then Up Designs Customs. I thought I already connected to this channel, but I must be mistaken. And I see a video here that's perfect for connecting with. It's a couple years old. They just did a new video 2 weeks ago, but I'm going to take this Getting to Know Me video and I'm going to use that as the first one I watch from this channel. I've put it in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do, because I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, after the live stream today I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well, so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And I'd already spun the wheel, so we're looking at Up Designs Customs, but Tim Mitchell gifted 5 memberships earlier, so we're going to look at that channel right now.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
So here's Tim Mitchell, and this creator is the producer behind Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official and another channel that I'll show you in a few minutes. I'm always doing well, but thank you for asking, Queen's Alchemy. I'm in Canada, so I'm not exactly celebrating Memorial Day, but I am wishing all of our American friends a happy Memorial Day. I know that there are celebrations and a lot of thoughts about people who have served so that we can all enjoy our freedoms of streaming on YouTube and all the other things that we maybe forget how lucky we are every day. But it's a nice reminder. So we had a similar holiday last week where it's called Victoria Day in Canada. Different, but similar, I would say. And then Tim Mitchell up on the screen right now. This creator, like I said, just gifted a handful of memberships. And did I miss Izzy Pop's super chat? I must have missed it. Yeah, forgive me because I completely missed that one. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get around to spinning the wheel again in another moment. And I should have added another name to the wheel as well, so pardon me. I'm going to get to Tim Mitchell's content, I promise you, in a second. Let's see if creator is here. Travel with Josie N, just please let me know if you're still here. Izzy Pop, yeah, you are listening, my dear goodness. Thank goodness, Pete. So forgive me, I don't want to get into speech, long story times, but you know, for anybody that hears us talk, or you know, hears me talk, for instance, lots of people have wonderful things to say about Scratch and PPA because he's so unbelievably supportive. But it's not just that he's been here almost from the beginning, like literally only like weeks after we started. I don't even think it got into very many months, and he's been here ever since for almost every single live stream. If you can imagine, we're talking around 800 times, and for the entirety of the stream, which already is unreasonable when it comes to the idea of support, especially because he only puts out a 10 or 15 minute video every week. It's impossible to return the favor. Then we know that he's paying attention because he catches so many mistakes that I make. I'm assuming all of them, I wouldn't know. But this is just to say, when we talk about how unbelievably supportive Scratch and PPA is, there's lots of supportive creators out there, but in the case of Superchat, this channel, I promise you, he's there for every single thing I've done since he found me on one of the channels I was running a long time ago. It's just unbelievable. I can't do anything but look up at the sky, thank God, and wonder how we could be so lucky. But that's just to commend him again. I missed that completely. It's because I got up this time. I don't always get up when we go on those breaks and walk away from the computer, but I did. So I'll use that as my excuse today. And then 99 Midnight Gamer. It's interesting that you say that, because one of the things that I mention often, not lately, but often, is the idea that for most of us, we have a frustration where, why is it so difficult to get our in real life friends and family to support our YouTube channels when we can find people online willing to do it? So you'll hear some of the stories that I tell about some of the channels here, like Canadian Family Life, for instance, where it's extra special because they do have that kind of support. Forgive me, I know I'm saying the same thing again. In that case, it's a husband and wife combo, but the kids get involved in the channel as well. I'm very lucky. On my personal channel, many of my family members have done, at least a couple of my family members have done videos with me. They don't do YouTube almost at all, so they are not coming into the Superchat channel because they're not focused on YouTube channels, let's just say. Kristen Welton, of course, has been with me from the beginning, is the most supportive I could ask for, but my whole family luckily is supportive of me. They give me all kinds of stuff that could be used for my YouTube channel. Filming equipment, they've given me like fun things like this. This would be in a backdrop if I had one, but it's like a Dwight Campbell, a candle from The Office. They give me, I think it was, I forget who gave me my emoji. It's like a stress emoji thing, and other fun things. And they do that all the time. They give me lots of stuff for, you know, birthday and Christmas presents and stuff. We're lucky enough to be able to do that kind of thing. But yeah, when we talk about that, forgive me, I'll get out of my speeches in a second here, but just for the sake of saying, the first channel that I ever ran was not mine. That's how I started on YouTube 8 years ago. And it took that channel and the owner of the channel, like I ran the channel, did the videos, editing, everything, right? But he had to sit on the phone and beg a friend almost of 20 years to hit the subscribe button to be the 100th subscriber. So you can imagine how far we've come over the last, let's say, 8 years, but Superchat's been here for 5 years now, where nobody has to wait that long, at least if it's not their first channel. I know we've got creators that have got more than one channel and the second one runs slower than the first. But you see what I mean, so forgive me. So Izzy Pop, forgive me. I'm going to look at their channel in a minute. We've got Tim Mitchell up on the screen right now. And when we look at this creator, like I said, they're the producer of the videos on Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official and another channel I'll show you in a moment. They've got some videos of their own here, though. And a couple of these are fairly recent. And then some shorts also. They're expanding this collection and getting into 1,000 views now, pardon me. Then we look at live streams and we see that this creator is live frequently, and some of this is on the road. Lots of times dash cam footage can do well. We don't wish for the horrible things that make dash cam footage go viral, but a lot of times dash cam footage can do well. And then Tim Mitchell is at 131 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them towards the 200 they're thinking about. And then thank you again. This creator gifted a handful of memberships today, and they did that, I think it was on the last live stream as well. They recently did the same thing. They've done lots of that generous, over-the-top support, and I really do appreciate it. Absolutely unnecessary, of course. When we look at Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official, we see Chef CV, and this creator is going to bring us into the kitchen more often than anything else, preparing a lot of delicious meals and dishes. But this creator is also going to bring us around the kitchen and kind of help us navigate our way with some of the utensils, some of the appliances, and other things we might use, including they have a real spinning wheel, which is wonderful. And then they've got shorts on the channel, and these have gotten into 500 and almost 600 views on a couple of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. It's been a while since I caught one of these live streams, right? A month already. I got notification bells on for every single channel, so hopefully I'll catch you for one of the next ones. And then they've got a third channel here, so if I look for the unofficial, official, off-topic squirrel, this is actually a complimentary channel that Chef CV has, with getting close to 100 subscribers and a lot more variety. A little bit of cooking here, but a lot of variety on this channel. Then they've got shorts over here as well, more variety like most creators, getting into 1,000 views on one of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. So I'm unsure whether they're multicast. I don't think they're multicasting here. I think what they're doing is they are streaming on different channels at different times, but feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, please. Tim Mitchell or Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official. And then thank you for that extra generous support. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, or as soon as Scratch and Pete PA realizes that I missed one and then reminds me, like Izzy Pop that we're going to look at right now. But I really do appreciate the extra generous support. I promise you I do. It's absolutely unnecessary, of course, and Izzy Pop has done that countless times before as well, so I really do appreciate that. Thank you, Matt and Mouse. I know it can be a long wait here. These streams, we still have another 45 minutes here, and I'm going to go through as much as I can, meaning as many channels as possible. And I never did get around to adding another name to the wheel. I've just got to look at my list in the background here. Izzy Pop's always been known for these elaborate and beautiful banners, avatars, and thumbnails. You can see how, like, just outstanding a lot of these are. We've talked about that from the beginning. And I'm not trying to butter you up, Izzy Pop, I promise you. It's absolutely true. I've said it from the beginning. This creator is working on 1,800 subscribers. They're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships. And then Carol Neuk, if I'm pronouncing that right. What I sometimes do, as much as this might sound ridiculous, when these live streams get too overwhelming, which means like way too busy, first of all, we can't get to every channel as it is, but my voice can only last 3 hours with these breaks and everything. We have to cut the streams. So when it's too busy, somewhere around the last hour or last 45 minutes or so, I make the stream unlisted. And what that does is it causes a lot of people to get bumped out and not come right back in. They'll get distracted and go to another channel. In every other case on YouTube, you want as many people in your content as possible, I'm sure. But in this channel, just because we can't get to everybody, we do things like that to try to dial back the outrageousness that sometimes comes around. I'm grateful for every view, for every subscriber, of course, but you know, when this started, we used to have only 30 or 40 channels that would come through. That was 5 years ago. Today, more than 100 channels are here on, I would say, average. We average 100 channels. I forget what it was. I was going to tell everybody too. I think for our 5-year anniversary, it was like 140 channels or something came through. It just, wow. And you wonder to yourself, what does YouTube do that you never accidentally get like 230, right? It never happens. It's always like an almost flat line, even though it grows over time, and we're grateful for it. But these are just ideas. So that's the reason why you might not be able to come in easily. But I always put a community post unless I forget that as well. So if you find that you've lost the Tuber Chat stream, like you've been like, hey, what happened? It disappeared. It didn't. We're still on, but it's unlisted. So you might have trouble finding it, but you can get to it from the community tab. So it's just because we don't want too many people frustrated that they can't get their channels on the screen. It's the least important part of what we're doing, I promise you. But it's the reason that we do that, if that makes any sense at all. I'm sure it doesn't, but you know what I mean. And then Izzy pop up on the screen. They let us know on their About section that they're going to help us understand the digital landscape when it comes to the idea of graphic art or design. And typically, I'm always talking about these banners. They've done banners for countless other creators. I don't even know how many thumbnails they might have done for other people as well. They do a lot of 3D animation. You see that on their channel all the time. And like I said, it's all outstanding. Izzy Pop has a very loyal and vibrant audience that joins them for a lot of live streams as well. I'm going to grab one of these videos. I know these are quite short, but I'll put this in my catch-up list right now. We'll look at shorts on this channel and look at some of the gorgeous, colorful thumbnails on some of these things. Some of the shorts here have now gotten into almost 600 views, one over 1,200 though, which is great to see. That one's worth a watch actually, because Scully Pop is a longtime friend as well. Live streams on the channel. I'm lucky to catch Izzy Pop fairly frequently, and I say all the time, the conversation can go anywhere. That's the case with a lot of streams. And then where was the one that they said? Here, absolutely no topic Tuesday. They literally named that one for me. I think they named this one for me as well. But it's wonderful to see like the friendships that grow and flourish on YouTube, the inside jokes that creators have together that kind of hopefully inspire others to understand that even if you're in the very beginnings of your YouTube journey, working on your first 100 subscribers, 200, 300, first 1,000, or anything like that, there are people who are going to become true friends with you over the years and be there for most of what you're going to come up with. Just like you're going to favor your friends, they're going to favor you as well. And this is where our channels start to really take off, if that makes sense. And then Broke But Bountifully Blessed is the channel from Carol that we're talking about. And then Glorious Platter, a dear friend from the last 4.5 years or longer, is with us. And it's good to see you in the chat. We'll spin the wheel and we'll get another channel on the screen. And I was just about to add another name. I keep distracting myself there. I wonder if, I know Fever Dream Animation was here a few minutes ago. Or did I put them on? No, I didn't yet. Let me get, pardon me, Fever Dream Animation on the wheel. on the wheel. And then Duke City Crew is fairly new to Tuber Chat, but I'm going to put them up right now. I spun the wheel, they came up.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Consume the Goodness is making me laugh now. Yes, jumping for those stars while the music's playing. Duke City Crew is up on the screen. So this is a fairly new channel in the Tuber Chat family, but they're already working on 6,000 subscribers, which is great to see. Live streams, did I catch this, or did I think I ran this for you, right? Yeah, I ran that for you, because they've got shorts here and not videos yet. So for anybody that's going to connect with this channel right now, which I hope is everyone, but what we want to do is go to the live stream page, and what I would do in this situation where the creator only has one video over 3 minutes and it's an hour and a half long, I would put this in my watch later list, but then I would rearrange the list so that this one was at the end. And then if you have an hour and a half to watch it, I hope you will. But if you're somebody like me who tries to watch whenever I get a half an hour or an hour, and then when I can't any longer, I just let the playlist run out. So I'll show you what I'm talking about here. If I go to my watch later list, if it wants to go to it right now, you're going to see I got a lot of videos with red lines here because I just haven't cleared it out yet, including Scratch and PPAs. I watched his video after work and before we started here today. What I'm going to do, I'm going to click this button and just say remove watched videos, and all of those videos are now gone. These are 2 new ones from today. So what I can do though is, because it's a playlist, I can grab a video and move it, and you could do that on a phone too, not just on a computer. So what I do is I order my playlists from the shortest video to the longest. So when I have a half an hour to sit and watch videos, I can watch sometimes 20 videos in an hour, and then I will let the longer stuff run out, like live stream replays and things like that. So Duke City Crew is a channel I've still got to get to know, but they've got a bit of information on their about section, and then lots of shorts videos here to go through. When we look at these, a couple of them have gotten into 300,000 views, one at 1 million and one at almost 2 million views, which is great to see. Probably likely for the subscriber growth, with just a few videos here getting into almost 6,000. So hopefully everybody will connect with Duke City Crew, and it's great to have you back here again today. I think it's the second time, but they might have been here more than that, and forgive me if I'm mistaken. And then let's think about spinning the wheel, and we'll see who's next.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Rich Cat Ranch has been doing a lot of streaming lately. Let's see what they've got going on their channel for today. They've been a friend of ours for years. I'm thinking 4 years. I could be wrong, but it's got to be close to that. And then Greenland Quilter Katie has a 2nd-year anniversary coming up. I wonder if you're going to do a special live stream for that. I'm curious to know. And then I wonder if Fever Dream Animation is still here. If you are Fever Dream Animation, just please say anything at all in the chat, or if one of our moderators notices that they've been here, just please let me know. Rich Cat Ranch, like I said, has been doing a lot of live streaming lately. Even I caught a video from them a couple weeks ago, but I've got another video here, and this is literally from an hour ago. So they put this up today. I'm gonna put this in my catch-up list, a nice tribute for Memorial Day. And then shorts on, pardon me, I'm skipping through their channel too fast here. Animals, music, life, family, nature, basically homesteading content. I group a lot of channels together in that way. when we think about homesteading. That can include ranching, farming, gardening. I even include things like hiking and camping and fishing and other outdoor activities, because the content on so many channels is so similar and they all seem to cross over. When we look at what Rich Cat Ranch has got going on for shorts, it all seems to be in line with their long form content for the most part, getting into 8,300, 8,500 views, which is great to see. They're almost at 3,000 subscribers. They're officially on the road and they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Was it a month ago that I caught you live? I feel like I'm seeing you live all the time. Unless it's like the last thing I'm seeing or the first thing I'm seeing in the day or something like that. I'm getting notifications maybe. Yeah, a couple times a month ago. Maybe it's just longer than I thought. So hopefully I'll catch you for another one. We got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. So I've got Fever Dream Animation on the wheel. Thank you for coming in. I thought so, Rich Cat Ranch, but I must be mistaken, or I can't see, even with my glasses on, the red lines there. Canadian Family Life is coming up.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
I promise you this is a true story, Rich Cat Ranch. They just said they've discovered that not having to edit videos is the only way to get videos up. I've been doing that myself personally. I haven't put up a video in months. I can't believe how embarrassing that is. My personal channel just sits there. It's got 10,000 subscribers on it, and it still moves. I still gain subscribers, because once a channel gets to 10,000, it will carry itself in almost every case. You don't even have to do anything. It's very slow growth. Tuber Chat does 10 times in every way the volume of my channel with double the subscribers almost. But it's because I don't put any content out. Once in a while, I'll catch a short if something funny happens, but simple stuff. But I've been doing live streams for that reason. I just had a conversation with somebody yesterday that hasn't posted in a while. We were talking about the idea of, getting new content out, and we get stuck in our own mind about like, well, I don't know what I want to do. Do I want to go this direction, that direction? Where anybody here in the chat is going to say, just put anything out. You could delete it if you don't like it. You could change your mind if you want. But sometimes we get stuck. When you think about the idea of a live stream, so to do a 2-hour live stream takes 2 hours and 15 minutes, right? It's a couple minutes to start, a couple minutes when you're done, maybe a little bit more if you want to do thumbnail and stuff like that, which you should, but you know what I mean. But making a 10-minute video, at least for me, also takes 2 hours and 15 minutes. Actually, it takes a lot more, because it usually takes at least an hour, if not 2, to film. And then it could take an hour or longer, even with all my experience now, 8 years. I've done hundreds and hundreds, if not 1,000 videos by now, editing, and it still takes me that long if it's something that needs cuts and things like that. So we're talking 2 hours and 15 minutes for a 10-minute video, or you could just turn the camera on, talk for 2 hours, and then you got a video, is basically the idea. And the only reason I was I'm certainly not fast. I am proficient when it comes to software. The only reason why I started YouTube and was as good as somebody might have said I was even from the beginning is because I used to work in radio, and I know this sounds weird, but when I used to produce radio shows, I used to use video editing software because of the way that it works. When we have a timeline, you could put music on one thing, one voice on another, and that wasn't as easy with the audio software I was using back in the day. I used a program called Sony's Vegas software, I think was the one I used to use. Just a little tidbit of information there. Canadian Family Life is up on the screen from New Brunswick. This is more of what I would consider homesteading content. It's so similar because Canadian Family Life is going to bring us food bank grocery hauls, as along with a lot of cooking videos, and then a lot of family togetherness, Happy Meal, and shout outs for other creators. Sometimes she does a cooking challenge with her husband. A lot of vlogging lately. She's gotten into more vlogging since the Christmas season. And here's another. Creamy garlic chicken wraps. I can't even imagine. I'm going to put this into my ketchup list. I haven't seen that one yet. But you can see she's got a lot of delicious looking meals. Some of the things are pretty traditional, like chicken parmesan. I haven't pan fried one, but I've made a lot of chicken parmesan. It's like a staple for me. When we look at some of the things that Tiffany's been making lately, though, she'll take ideas like either chicken nuggets from McDonald's or macaroni and cheese deep fried balls. I don't even know what you call those things, from TGI Fridays kind of thing, and then recreate them at home. And then a lot of shout outs for other creators, like I said, vlogging and shorts feature more variety like we'd expect from any homesteading channel. Some indoors, some outdoors, some cooking in the middle there, and some winter weather here that's gotten into 2,800 and 5,600 views. And then live streams on the channel as well. So Tiffany's only live once in a while, but she's another creator who's so supportive to others. She gets a flood of support coming back to her anytime she goes live. And I run into her constantly. We run into each other literally every single day, or at least every single day that I'm able to be on YouTube. And then, Living Large with El Crew, still a half an hour to go. I'm going to try to speed it up. I've only gotten into little speeches today, nothing too terrible. And then we'll see who's next.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
Just want to see what Tiffany might have said there. Cruising on the high seas and travel. We've seen Rob at least once, I think twice today, in other people's thumbnails. I just want to see what you're talking about with retention there. If I'm catching that right. Yeah, see, so here's the thing. So I see what Canadian Family Life is saying. You're absolutely right. And it's something we struggle with. The analogy I always use is like a race car driver. They're always trying to take 1/10 of a second off of their time. What we're trying to do is even tiny increases over time. If you over the next 100 videos can improve just a little bit every single time, imagine how great your 100th video will be from here. I know that's a long time to think, but you get what I mean, I'm sure. And we always wish that people would watch our videos longer. There are things we can do to improve. We talk about those. There's lots of channels out there that help with this stuff. Think Media, video creators, Daryl Eves, Roberto Blake, Nick Nimmin and his brother D, Vanessa Lau, Sonny Lenarduzzi. I've got a list of like 10, right? And we can do all the things they talk about, and if you have the time, that's great. You're going to see yourself improve 100%, plus what we're sharing with experience here with each other. But in truth, also, we have to remember that not everybody watches all of every video. They just don't. It's possible for somebody to be watching your 20-minute video and the cat meows 3 minutes in, and all of a sudden it's time to go feed them and you got to get up and you're not watching anymore. And it's not that I say us in particular, but the world. It seems, and everybody says, that our attention spans have gotten so short. I've always had a short attention span. I'm distracted by everything. But it's very possible to stop something and say, oh, I'm going to watch the rest of that later, and we just don't, kind of thing, right? The other thing too is people are like just jumping back and forth, but we don't want to forget about the people who do watch all 20 minutes of our videos and things like that. There's tricks we can do to try to help, like I said, but we just I hope everybody's not too hard on themselves about wishing we could all be doing better, because I promise you every person is going to improve over time if they want to, and you won't even remember what it was like when people were watching almost none of your videos. I tell everybody we should be looking at our analytics as much as possible, but I'm looking at my analytics less than ever before. I know some of the simple numbers. We can tell how busy the Superchat streams are all the time here. And on my personal channel, when I've let it go to almost nothing, when I'm not posting for months, it goes to just about zero, and I'll do a live stream. There'll be 5 people there, and there's nothing wrong. I'm happy for the 5 people, but on a channel with 10,000 subscribers, you would think there would be more. But all you have to do is start streaming again, let's just say once a week or somewhere around there, and you're right back to your 10 people, maybe 15, maybe 20, you know what I mean? And I know I'm going off on a tangent, but you get what I mean. Jason and I talk about that frequently. The idea that we can't pick. We don't know what videos people are going to like. We just keep trying, and just keep trying. The only other thing I can say is that we don't want to cut our videos in an incorrect way, and we don't know what the correct way is. Your instinct will tell you, but we don't want to make a video longer hoping we'll get more watch time, because if your video's not pure content that people came to see in the first place, then people might bail. The other thing too is we don't want to cut a video too short and leave out some of the good parts, because you could have people who watch your videos and say, oh, I wish they did this, or I wish they showed that, or I wish they did a little bit more, let's just say. I don't know how much of what I'm saying is actually making sense, but I'm sure you get the gist of what I mean with most of it. Create and Relate is up on the screen right now. Another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter with a lot of creativity. So they talk about arts and crafts, do-it-yourself videos, and everything in between, literally. I've seen a lot of product reviews from this creator, both with things we could use for filming, including at least one camera, and then a lot of artistic things as well, or creative things. They've got a Cricut machine and other things they could make merchandise with, and some of the stuff they're getting from Temu. They just did a unboxing of a hard drive. I talk about this stuff all the time, where we need to back up our content. An external hard drive is a perfect way to get that done. Shorts on this channel have gotten into almost 1,000 views on one, but over 1,400 on another, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well, where they're actually going live fairly frequently. I caught them finally. I was waiting like at least a month, if not 2 months, to finally catch them. I kept missing them week after week, and then now they seem to be streaming fairly frequently. Looks like what they're doing is a vertical and a horizontal live stream at the same time, and then maybe they're streaming approximately once a week, maybe twice a week at times. So hopefully everybody will connect with Create and Relate, push them towards the 500 subscribers they're thinking about. It's an important and exciting milestone in everybody's journey. And let's spin the wheel. We'll see what is happening with Just Jason Keto when we get back from another break. And what we'll do right now, we'll look at a clip from our most recently uploaded and released video. A lot of people actually commented about this, and I did a bit to promote, because just before this video came out, I put out an email. I only do those once in a while if you're on the email list. I don't want to bombard everybody, but Kermidjan, Alaska got quite a few people reaching out or comments saying, I really enjoyed that episode. They've been a friend for years. This is where they talk about how to get more than 10,000 subscribers. What do you think led up to that explosion for your channel?
Well, at first the channel was very slow to start, and then it was around the time I met you,
Yeah.
you know, your channel, it started growing a little bit. And then we got to January of last year, we only had we hit our 1,000 subs.
Okay.
And then it was really going slow. In between January to September of 24, we only gained 300 subs.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You know, so it was really slow, but we managed to get our watch hours. So we managed to get monetized, things like that. And we were getting ready to go to do our supply runs for the wintertime. And I said, well, I think I'm just going to film this. You know, we've never done a shopping thing or anything like that. And I checked it out online, and it showed favorability of doing well.
That's good.
We did it. Only thing I didn't really do is I didn't film a whole lot in the store, and I kind of regret that because I had a lot of people asking about that. They wanted to see the prices. And honestly, I think what it was is people really curious what it's like to live here and have to shop here. And I think that's what brought everybody in. And it exposed us to a lot of other people that are like-minded on living this way or wanting to be curious to be how we live, as well as the group that just are into shopping. You know, and I guess there's a huge following of people that do shopping videos. And
I'm not surprised now that you mention it that way. Yes.
Yeah. So I think a combination of it being a shopping video and us being rather unique on where and how we get home.
Absolutely. Yes.
A lot of the comments on that video were about the train.
Oh.
You know, was that a bus I just saw on the tracks? Was that a truck on the tracks? Was that a tractor? You know, stuff like that. And it's like, yeah.
Wow.
So I think it was a combination of the shopping and where we're at.
Yeah. I looked off to the side there because I got your channel up on another screen in case I want to reference something. I was about to say the video got 1 million views, but no, you're clearly well beyond 2 million now. right, we are just about back. We're looking at Just Jason Keto. And this creator is going to help us with healthy eating, healthy living, especially when it comes to the idea behind a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He has got hundreds of recipes on his channel. I mentioned it earlier in the stream today. I mentioned it every time we're here. But Just Jason Keto will give us recipes that only feature a few ingredients. As a matter of fact, usually things most of us have in the house most of the time. And then they're simple and easy recipes to follow. He's known for these chaffles. He's done probably by now 100 chaffle recipes or very close to it. But plenty of other recipes as well. Lots of product reviews. And he's been getting involved in a lot of challenges with other creators as well, which is really cool. When you collaborate with anybody, you're pretty much guaranteed a handful of new subscribers. But these creators are challenging each other to make recipes from, how do I say, one creator will challenge another to make a recipe. They are not necessarily making the same thing. So this is really cool because it's introducing each of the creators to something new. They might be making these recipes for the very first time as well. Jason's got a lot of guests on his channel. They give their tips, tricks, advice when it comes to the idea of a keto-based diet or lifestyle. Once in a while, he does something a little bit different. He might do a product review that you'd expect, like these Dash Minis, or he might do an air fryer, something like that. Or he could add some variety to the channel by taking us on a trip if he's traveling or visiting an area, or he might unbox a GoPro or something like that. The rest of the product reviews involve things that are marketed towards a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He can give us an idea about the ingredients, how they're going to affect us, and then his opinion on some of the more popular ones. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 4, 5, and 6,000 views and much more. And there's a hint here about healthy looking shorts or grilling shorts. Many of these have done well. I've seen his most popular one. That one's got 22,000 views. And I've seen it more than once actually because it's entertaining, I promise you, if you watch that. He's monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Working on 5,900 subscribers now. And a while back, he had a couple of videos really take off. I know we're talking a lot today about, we wish our videos would do better and things like that. But he did get into some, I don't want to call it luck because a lot of consistency contributed to this. Sometimes I do use the word luck to say something is going to happen after your channel's been out for a long time. You've literally put out enough videos. You don't have to call it luck, but whatever it is will come along and make a couple of your videos fly. Why can't I find it now? I think it was only 3 months ago, right? 24,000. Here it is. Garlic butter chaffles. He's done, I told you, 100, I said already, 100 chaffle videos. Why did this one take off like that, right, is an idea. Then you look at the videos around it. Every one of these videos surrounding that one, including the one before, has 1,000 views, which is great. And a few more videos have picked up some of that traction. He had another one do really well, and I forget how many views that one had. I thought I just saw one at over 2,000 views. But either way, you get an idea. Here's like this one from the last week, got 1,500 views, and now he's approaching 300 on the next one. It's perplexing, but hopefully, we're happy for the views that we do get. We just keep trying. Eventually, instinct will hopefully help. Plus, looking at the analytics, plus the friendly advice we get from our our fellow creators here in the Superchat streams and elsewhere also. So hopefully everybody will connect with Just Jason Keto. We'd love to push him towards that 5,900. He's live every week, Thursdays at 7:30 Eastern. He could be himself. He's got a vibrant community, though, that will help with questions and comments when we're in the chat. He's so supportive to others. Jason's here for every minute that he can be. Ever since finding the Tuber Chat family, we're getting on years now, and I certainly appreciate it myself. I feel bad for not having mentioned that more often, but Some of our moderators are here every day. I know some other creators that are not moderators right now are also here frequently, and I do appreciate every moment, but I hope everybody will connect with our moderators because they've all been with us for years. They all have channels of their own doing different things, but they all allow everybody to connect. They even encourage it the same way we do here. So you'll meet more friends when you're with Just Jason, Keto, and more, and all of our mods as well. This creator has got guests that come in live streams occasionally, and then sometimes he does things a little bit differently, like a multicam cook along live stream, or he might introduce us to some fellow YouTube creators. So we've got more friends to meet, and Just Jason, Keto, and more, again, one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey. The only reason I don't add more moderators here in Superchat is because it's unnecessary. I don't want everybody to have to think about moderating the whole time when we have loyal and dedicated moderators who care deeply. I promise you, no matter how much I say that each one of them cares about the YouTube journey, I promise you it's much more. That's the only reason. And then when we look at Timmy the Racing channel, we'll see what they're up to.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
Thank you, Timmy, for the community post today. I keep calling it community post, just the post page now, but I appreciate that. You gotta look in your analytics and see if you're getting mentioned. Sometimes you'll be pleasantly surprised. I would bet that almost every single creator that comes through a Tuber Chat live stream will find themselves pleasantly surprised by having somebody share out their content that they didn't know had done that, if that makes any sense. Timmy the Racing channel is going to bring a lot of speed and a lot of engagement in our chat here. A very enthusiastic creator. They always are engaged in conversation. Timmy the Racing channel now is working on 200 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit closer to that milestone. They've got quite a few shorts on the channel. These have gotten into 3,200, 3,500, 5,200 views on one as well, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Timmy the Racing channel, and then we'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. I dropped a link for a raid. We're going to do a 1-hour copyright-free music stream on our other channel, and this will give everybody a chance to continue connecting the same way we do here for another hour. And then Michael's Adventures is going to drop a premiere right afterwards for another half hour of connecting. So lots of time to meet new friends today. And on our copyright-free music channel, we've got music playing, a video game going, and there's link drops over there as well. Pardon me.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then thank you, Jerry. He's even been running it in the background, him and Susan, while they were live earlier, but I appreciate that. Of course, you can hear my voice is at its end for today. We found the sweet spot, right? If I live stream every 3 days, that's enough time. Every other day is a little bit tough because it doesn't give everybody enough time to kind of miss the stream. It's a little too often, I think. 4 days is a little bit much. Even I miss it and have too much to say after when we get back. But every 3 days seems to be the sweet spot, and doing these every for 3 hours is where my voice gets to its limit, let's just say. Of course, I scream at the camera all the time and throw my mouse all over my table as well. Consume the goodness. This is Kendra, another creator who's going to help us with healthy eating, healthy living. She's actually got a lot of other ideas, including faith-based motivation, skills she'll share. pardon me, keto carnivore meal ideas, and then a lot of fitness also. She does a lot of skits on her channel, which I forget to mention all the time. That's what I meant to say. I said skills. Skits. I can't read even with my glasses on, apparently. Consume the Goodness is somebody who's here with us frequently, out supporting other creators all the time. I'm just going to grab her video from a couple weeks ago. She's got another one coming out tomorrow as a premiere. I should be able to catch that. Hopefully we will. I've got the notification on, as well as notification bell for every channel, of course. And then Consume the Goodness is going to do a lot of shorts as well. They even do shout outs for creators at times. This is a really cool idea. I watched this pizza one a while ago. She did a shout out one for Tuber Chat. I don't know where that is, but that was fun as well. I appreciated that. And she's got a few here that have done really well. 13,000, 52,000 on 2 of them, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well, where she is going to stream at least a couple of times a week on average, let's just say. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Consume the Goodness. Oh, these didn't work. That's the one I was in the other day. Yeah, I see. They cut off or something. And then I promise you, I've been through my share of that. But luckily, everybody seems to be patient enough. You know, when our live streams drop, people come in when we restart and things like that. So Consume the Goodness, hopefully everybody will connect with. Obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Thank you, Jerry. Likewise, of course. If I ever pull out my my pen and use it, I told you I put it away. I tend to do that with things. When I packed up my office, I know you've heard me say it a million times already, but because I don't want things to get ruined, right? Occasionally I keep something in front of me. So just for the sake of mentioning it, so I've got like Scott rambling with the brooms. I've got his hat right on the very top of my desk. It's up on the, like above the shelves and all that, along with one of the 2 that Mark the Shark sent over as well. But I have been very much blessed by many people sending over plenty of different things. But yeah, one of these days I'm going to pull out Jerry's. You know what I might do? Actually, I'm going to write a note for myself. I got an idea. When I send things out, like for giveaways and this and that, I always handwrite notes. I became a fan of handwriting notes, even if they're simple and short. But I became a fan of that years and years and years ago. Jerry sent over a pen and pencil set, Jerry and Susan, but Jerry makes these things in his shop out of wood. If you can imagine, you have to see it done to understand what on earth I'm talking about. But to see a pen and a pencil set made from wood, and then he sent those over, but I'm making a note here to say that I should use the pen for my handwritten notes. You know, less and less in the world, I'm sure everybody agrees. We're all like passing each other handwritten notes and things like that. I typically do it for my family, like for Kristen, if I give her a card for a birthday or an anniversary or Valentine's Day or something like that. I typically look for blank cards in the stores, like, you know, instead of regular cards. Not that it matters. And then I sit there and handwrite them. But I'm a huge fan of that kind of thing. I know people make a lot of things for each other. Scratch and PPA is up on the screen right now. One of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey, which is now 8 years long. When we look at Scratch and PPA's content, we see that he brings an interesting twist to lottery ticket scratching, where he pits 2 tickets against each other and then offers the ability for us to vote on the content of next week's video. If we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, which of course I do, it sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. He premieres every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. And if you can catch us for one of these premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Tuber Chat family, faster than what we've got going on here, faster than most others. He rivals those of Hilda DC or the Stock Explorer or Butler Family Farm and a few select others. It is very fast paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. And I missed his premiere last week. I couldn't believe it. It took me until today to actually even watch it, but I wanted to make sure I actually watched it. The $77,777 to go along with the 7 times multiplier ticket. Some of the tickets, I'm a fan of some of these. I recognize almost everyone I see here because Pete is also not only a fellow Canadian, but literally only hours away from me, not even. So when I shop in the same stores and therefore see the same tickets all over the place, I'm a big fan of Cash for Life. It's the best idea I think ever. Then they've got, I think I like Big Spin. He's done that a couple of times. Then the crossword and bingo tickets I really like. Or if I see something that is like Pac-Man or Tetris or something video game related, let's just say. But Scratch and PPA, I might have to miss the next 2 premieres. I almost certainly have to miss the next 2, and then I think I can be there from now on. I'm uncertain as of today, but I'm quite certain that what I'm doing tomorrow is going to cause me not to be able to be in there. But we don't know. We'll see. We'll wish for the lottery gods to shine down and have me there present. But Scratch and PPA, like I said, will drop his premiere. He's done this for almost 4.5 years consistently, and it's very fast-paced and high energy. Presentation is at the forefront of his mind. His bright, beautiful avatar is matched by content in these thumbnails, along with the hint about giveaways. An all-star cast. Look at that. Butler Family Farm, Bella's Whisper Farmstead, and Coastal Water. Is it Coastal Water or Backlash Fisherman? That's a husband and wife combo. All legends in the Tuber Chat family are up for the giveaway. We'll see who's going to be the 4th entrant for this month when we get there tomorrow. And then Scratch and PPA has had his video editing skills complimented ever since his very first production over 4.5 years ago as well. 2 summers ago, he took a trip to Italy and he brought us some vlogging style shorts videos along with, pardon me, I can't seem to, click my other machine, but I need it to work. No, it has to work. Pardon me while I talk to I find that talking to inanimate objects makes them work. Not every time, though. Oh, pardon me. I'll get the characters jumping into the music stream in another moment, but it's going to be delayed again. I'm struggling with that system. And pardon me. So Scratch and PPA brought us vlogging style shorts from his trip to Italy, as well as Italian lottery tickets that we might not have otherwise seen. Then live streams. He started his very first one. I was lucky enough to have been there for that. And this is giving us a look around the area he visited. I know a lot of people are hoping for more, but also excited that Scratch and PPA has increased the variety of videos on his channel. And then let's look at Fever Dream Animation right now and see what they've got going on. They're bringing a lot of classic film on their channel.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
I thought we were down to our last channel, but Handicapped Travelers, I don't know why I must have accidentally deleted your name a while ago. Handicapped Travelers, I'm going to spin just for fun. So, well, forgive me, everybody, for the channels that we did not get to today. We get to as many as we can in a 3-hour period. I never know how it's going to go on a holiday. It could be slower, it could be busier. Today was overwhelming. So thank you, everybody, for the extra generous support. I certainly do appreciate that. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can spend, even if you've been listening in the background or just came by to give us a thumbs up and a hello. To our American friends, I hope you've enjoyed your Memorial Day. I know it's a mixed feeling because of the reason for the holiday, but it's a nice reminder that we keep doing every year as well. I'm in Canada, but I absolutely always have the United States in my heart. So what we're going to do right now is go over to the copyright-free music channel for an hour. And my dear goodness, I wish this would work. I'm going to get the video game going in a second here. Hard to describe the headache I've got right now over this thing. But it's a lot of fun over there, regardless of my whining and complaining. So I hope everybody will come over and join us. But we still got a couple channels to look at here. And then we're expecting to be back in 3 days. Fever Dream Animation has over 400 subscribers. So they're officially on the road to 500. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. They're bringing a lot of classic television on their channel. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos here. I can see I'm behind. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep talking about that helps me get or keep caught up with creators to a point. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 500 and 600 views with a little more animation and a bit of variety. And Fever Dream Animation is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who's here with us in Tuber Chat for almost every stream. And I see them out supporting other people all the time as well. Handicapped Travelers is another longtime friend.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
So thank you again for the time that you spent today. Handicapped Travelers, they've got a couple of channels. We'll look at both of them. And they're going to bring us travel when they can. They also bring us into their home. They've done a lot of cooking videos, as a matter of fact. But they are going to give us the idea behind travel from a certain perspective. And they talk about that in their About section. They've got shorts over here as well, which feature some winter weather. They've got all 4 seasons here and a lot of outdoor content, getting into 2,600 views and beyond. They're working on 1,400 subscribers now, and then live streams. So they typically do a live stream once a month towards the end of the month. They've got one coming up in a few days. Hopefully I'll catch you for that one. Forgive me for not being certain, but I think that's on Friday. And they'll give us actually so today they're gonna, for this one, they're gonna give us a chance to get to know them. Sometimes they do games too, like trivia and things like that, but like I say about most streams, the conversation can go anywhere once it gets started there. And then Sir Dank for Jesus is where they bring a spiritual inspiration. You can get the idea as soon as you see the thumbnails here. They've passed their 100 subscribers, which is great to see. I'm hoping we can get that locked in for them and get a few more. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos here, and I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to catch up a little bit, even though it's tough. They post frequently here. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Handicapped Travelers and Sir Dang for Jesus. So again, I know we've got a couple of new channels in the chat. I know we've got lots of longtime friends. We get to as many channels as we can in 3 hours. Not every stream is so overwhelmingly busy like today. And usually towards the end of the stream, we start getting through channels a little bit faster. So again, forgive me for the channels we didn't get to today. It's the least important part of what we're doing here. The conversation you have with other creators, the friendships that are made through those conversations are really what gives you the strong, solid foundation for your channel. What we're looking for is true connection, not just new subscribers, right? But we'll see everybody in a couple of days again, unless you're going to come over to our copyright-free music channel and see what's happening there. I pinned the link. I'm going to drop it one more time right now. Thank you to our moderators. Again, I hope everybody will connect with them if you haven't already. And we will see everybody again soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Are you out there grinding, day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first of thousands up to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Tuber Chat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Tuber Chat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Tuber Chat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. You've got the passion, you've got the drive. With Tuber Chat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team. Let's build each other up, live the dream. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. So join the ride, it's time to shine. With Tuber Chat, success you'll find. Let's grow together, it's what we do. The future's bright when we rise with you.